drank again for the first time in I don't know how long, and got way too hammered and decided that I'm not going to drink again for a long, long time.
I remember my first beer. Let's go. What'd you do? Was there any hold my beer moments? What'd you do?
No, I was on a sailboat actually.
Holy shit!
Oh, that would be the perfect place then.
Yeah, no, I was on a sailboat. Watched the
throw
fireworks
yourself overboard
from a sailboat. Oh yeah, no, if I got
in Heber's, where at?
Norfolk Lake.
Wow.
Bull Shoals Lake, actually. My brother.
He gets to drink on a sailboat, and I'm spending my week fighting black bears out of my carport.
Like, yeah, that's because you're in Canada, and it was Freedom Week. So,
oh yeah,
sorry.
The bears were just exercising their Canadian freedoms.
Henry, how you doing, man? How's it going?
It was good. I was working. I'm working on this new technology for the show where I've got. I figured out like a code that I can automate my prep, so I'm like saving myself an hour every day, and it's amazing. I feel like I'm really it's just really exciting. So it's like it's good. I'm delegating all my work to robots now. So
awesome. AI overlords for sure. Awesome. I mean, they're gonna take over anyway. Might as well.
Jump on the bandwagon. Maybe if we're nice to them, they won't kill us first.
I just realized Aya's not here anymore. You killed Aya.
I've turned Aya off for now because, well, nobody was used her for a long time.
Does she live in the chat redeems at least? Is there a memory of her?
Well, no, I have to. She's still in the chat redeems. I don't know if I've shut her off.
We can't even visit the cemetery. We can't even visit the cemetery.
I do have a AI assistant that you can do TTS with. But the problem with it is like nobody else can hear her unless you're listening to the stream, and it's super delayed. So I got to figure out a way when she talks to. Everybody
if
can hear
you threw bits in, she'd pay special attention to you.
Oh yeah. If you subbed, she was your best friend.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
She was like, "Hey there,"
for sure.
And she had like the same little certain words that she clicked into every time she complimented you. She's like, "Hey there, you bit of sci-fi sassiness." I
was like, it's like type out her personality. I said like sarcastic and sassy or whatever, and she'd always say sassy and shit. I'm like, no, don't say it. Fuck, I just want you to be it.
Aren't you just a sassy little MMA fighter?
Damn.
So, what? I don't even know what's going on now. All right. Yeah, let's get back. So, Henry. We do you want me to call you Henry or Windbag? It's
whatever you guys are comfortable with. I am the Windbag and I am Henry. So you'd be right to say either one.
So I met the Windbag through some mutual friends on the interwebs, and have been following him for a while. I tune into his streams every now and then. They're wacky and wild and zany even. Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun stream to go on. So
sorry,
anybody should definitely go check him out. Oh, he's got his fork.
Why are you threatening us, Eli? Why? No. What did we do?
So yeah, no, forks in the chat. For Henry's emotes are all most of them are all forks and.
Yeah, they're forking. It's that's what it is right there. Yeah. Friday night forking. Please don't come if you don't know the show. You won't like it. It only if you like the show already, then you're going to love it. But if you're coming in cold, you will hate it, and you will hate me.
No. Well, so we have our own little special thing on Intelligent Aces podcast. All the guests get to pick a card, and I write their name down and like immortalize them. So you get to pick any card that I have left. So just name a card, and I'll tell you if it's there.
4 of clubs, please. The Devil's Bedposts.
4 of clubs. That is definitely available. The Devil's Bedpost.
I'll take that. Lay me across your big brass bed, Devil's Bedpost. That's the 4 of clubs. Give it to me, Snake Eyes.
Right there, Devil's Bedpost.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hail Satan, by the way.
Oh my God!
Hail Satan, love Jesus. So love Jesus. Hail Satan, love Jesus. Pick a color, Henry. I have all of these colors of markers and whatnots.
It's gonna be red.
So
I always like to antagonize my younger self, and so pink,
I have a pink.
because
I like pink.
as a young man, I refused to wear pink, and I thought it made me less of a man. Now all I wear is pink, and so please, in an effort to really
Oh, no.
aggravate my younger self, please may I have pink.
See if I can get the letters right. I bet I don't. Oh, they're tiny. It's close. It's close.
He's a forking warrior.
Oh no.
Oh, is that fork? Look at that. Yeah. Well, yeah.
For the kingdom.
That is a familiar headpiece.
Oh no.
All right.
So of these lovely people that we have here, who are the mainstays, the main ace chase mainstays? Who are the regulars here?
Ellipticus has been here. He's the one that started the podcast with me. We've been doing it now for over 6 months. It was just me and him doing like movie reviews, and still is. You know, we're still doing like weekly gaming and entertainment news stuff. Doobs and Nemo have been on for the last several. Nemo's been on for the last 5 or 6, I think now, and Doobs had to work a couple weeks, so he hadn't been on. This is his first time back in a couple weeks,
But it's like third or fourth time.
yeah.
But now,
Doobs is pretty much a mainstay now. Nemo's a mainstay.
At my workplace, I'm going straight days now, so I'll be here all the time.
Let's go.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. The only reason I ask, I just want to know what to expect and what is expected from me.
We all share one brain cell. We take turns.
Very
Don't
little
pass
is
it this way, I'll
expected.
eat it.
You'll notice when it's my turn to speak, sometimes I get skipped with the brain cell, but they let me talk anyway. But you know, I'm fine with it.
He goes off script. We don't know what to do. It's programming runs on its own.
I've been working on him though. I have measures now to rein him in.
Wait, they haven't been tested yet.
On him. Well, let me fix these.
Mostly,
wires
they're
right
mostly
here.
tested. Mostly tested. I'm actually drawing on Henry's
Feel
card.
better now. Falling apart, actually. Holy.
He's having such a hard time tonight. He's like that uncle that doesn't stop drinking at Christmas.
Except this time he's not drunk. As far as I can tell.
Doesn't want to stay with the.
At least it's not as bad as that one night when he kept trying to call Ace on Discord.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
All right. So okay. So we got the wind bag, and then I drew a little devil on
There
for
it
the
is. There it is.
devil's bedpost.
If my chin disappears at any time, I'm trying to give you guys my good side and my strong chin. If I do lose my chin, let me know, and I'll point it back out.
Will the green screen take it away?
Now, do we have opening statements? How does this work? Do we how does
Well, yeah. I mean, you can introduce your channel. I kind of loosely introduce everybody as I go.
that was a fine introduction, and I've got my title here. But again, I'd like to caution, if you're thinking about coming and checking me out, listen, I don't want you to. I want to keep my numbers low. If I have a very tight, concentrated audience, the material works far better.
That sounds like a challenge. Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This guy's a salesman, I can tell you that much.
Guys, I lost my chin. No one told me.
Oh no!
There it is.
Well, you need to grow a beard so your chin will be pronounced.
Yes.
There you
There
go.
it is.
If it keeps hiding
Chin
away, just
beard.
hide it permanently.
We need to set it like somebody had mentioned. Like we're the three of us are like the stages of beard growth. So it's Eli, and then me, and then Doobs.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now it's Henry, Eli, me, then Doobs. I guess.
I got that's my favorite part right here. That's my
Yeah.
favorite part.
Yeah.
The chops. The chops.
Believe it or not, before I followed Beardville, I didn't grow any facial hair, but now I'm in the early stages of puberty, and boy, is it amazing!
So we have some news. So basically, we just kind of open up with this craziness. We go back and forth or whatever, and then I kind of roll in to start bringing up news articles for weekly stuff, mostly gaming. I do have a few entertainment stuff. And I'll go ahead and bring this one up now since this is kind of we're all Twitch streamers here.
What's Twitch precious?
Whoops, that's the wrong button. Don't click that button. This button.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
I'm podcasting.
Leave me alone, Mom.
Stay out of my room playing Minecraft.
There we go. Sorry. So
Fitness videos.
Oh, this is so. I like this. This is great.
had to shut the door. Okay. So yeah, so Twitch is I saw this today. Twitch is talking about upping their subscription prices.
Oh, they went up today.
Yeah,
Just
to
gave us
$5.99.
They were $5.99. Yeah.
So that's $5.99. So I pulled up Twitch. I thought I actually had the article here. Maybe I don't.
Hey man, I'm fine as long as the extra money goes to support the rockets for Bezos.
Yeah, I guess. So
I thought we were going for another golden toilet.
Oh,
I don't know. Where did this go?
They're hiding it as hard as they can.
I bookmarked it. I don't know where it went. Starting July 11th, increased sub prices. We were notifying streamers and subscribers in these regions via email. So it's New Zealand, US, and multiple countries in Europe. So I guess the normal sub is going to $5.99. Are the other subs going up too? I can't really find the. So.
Damn, it's a shame I'm illiterate and I can't check my emails.
no! Yesterday would have been the perfect day to like purchase.
Okay, here it
sub
is.
ahead of time.
Here's the actual thing.
Like 6
I
months.
found the link. USA tier 1 subs $5.99 now. Canada $7.99. Sorry, Jubes. Australia $8.99. Azerbaijan $149. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bangladesh $199. India $110.
Damn.
Korea $5,000.
I don't mean to be too
Fuck
political,
Korea.
but that price up there for China, I don't think is accurate from the last like
Wait.
2 to 3 days because I don't know if there's any banks actually giving money out right now in China.
So
I'm pretty
it's
sure
saying
they're all
it's saying
closed down.
$2.99 in US dollars in these countries. This is considered USD, right? So this is all US dollars.
I thought they wound up closing Twitch in Korea because they couldn't support
Well,
the servers.
That's what I was thinking too. I knew they'd shut
That's why
down.
it's 5,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said fuck
Yeah,
Korea.
get that shit on the
basically.
dark web, baby. What you need? You want to support somebody on Twitch? We got you. Meet me in the alley
So-
to bring your cryptocurrency, baby.
Yeah, it looks like prices are going up across the board. We're tier 2s. We have tier 2, please. It just says tier 1, so I don't know if tier 2s have gone up or not. It's not saying. So yeah, so tier 2s were $9.99 before, and tier 3 was $25,
They really closed
$24.99.
Twitch in Korea.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
I was trending so good in Korea. I even learned how to say "Annyeong, annyeong hasewe, 합kipsomnida." Welcome in.
Well, dang it, missed out. So yeah, so subscription prices are going up. What do you think about that, Henry? What does that mean to you?
To me, I mean, like I'm struggling to have a hot take on it because to me, I'm like it makes sense. I mean, how long has it been $5.99 or before that? I'm sure that there's been a long history of price increases. I guess I would ask you guys, do you think it'll have an effect on people who sub? Because I don't think it will. I think people are still going to sub.
I mean, there's definitely going to be some people, but all of these. It's not just so Twitch is upping their sub prices, or whatever, but everything else has gone up too. I've been hitting this wall with money for a while now, just trying to buy groceries and stuff. It really is pretty rough. And then for Twitch to come out and be like, "We're not making enough money."
Right.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because you guys play ads all the time.
The way I see it for Canadians now, it'll be, let's say, like me, I find somebody that I really enjoy on Twitch and I want to sub to them. Well, if I'm already subscribed to Amazon, I have my sub. And that I can use. I have an Amazon Prime free sub, which comes up cheaper than actually paying for a Twitch sub, because Amazon Prime is only like $6.99 here, so I'm saving $1. You know what I mean? Like that's how
$15.99 for me.
So that's the way that's going to happen over here.
So it's an economic decision. That makes sense.
It could be. Well, I mean, and the thing is, if you're subbed to, a dozen people or so, well, that's another $12 a month, which doesn't really, but that's
every penny counts.
$60 a year. You know what I mean?
Well, he brings up a really interesting point. If that's the case with Canada alone, it might be the case in other places where Twitch is making the price to sub to a channel more expensive than just getting Prime. Like, hey, at this point, just get Prime. Not only are you going to get a free sub on Twitch, but you're going to come to our website and you're going to buy some shit, all right? And that's the end of it. And it's kind of smart, but you put a good perspective in about, everything's raising, the price is raising for everything. And so you're watching what you spend. Well, there's a lot of people out there who have a real budget, who have a list of things that they spend monthly, and they have an allotment for entertainment, and they have an allotment for this, and they have an allotment for that. And so for people who are sticking to their budget, I mean, this is technically, if they stick to their budget, this could be the difference between having 5 subscriptions and now you just have 4. And maybe you use the rest in some bits or something to, to save up to the budget to still show support or something.
Well, then that you can also, kind of run into the thing about, maybe people just start using Nitro and stop subbing to people to bypass the ads.
I think people are apprehensive of that are more on for specific creators and they want to support uniquely and individually. I think people kind of err away from that generalized support as, if they have an option to do so. But I just turned 40, so all I want to do is try to remain youthful internally. So when things are expensive and I want to complain, I'm like, no, I'm not fucking, it's fine.
Oh, the microphone, automatic microphone settings are working wonderfully.
This is fine. Pay the price. Pay the price. Let the man have the money. Keep moving along with everything that's happening. I'm not mad with inflation.
I've been ready to jump the Twitch ship forever. As soon as something better comes along, I'm off. I'm bailing out. just as fast as I can.
I think there's something to be said also about the idea that I don't think they make this move unless they predict people are just going to do it. I think people are just going to just do it. I think it's going to be it's like when your Netflix subscription goes up, you're like, well, just all right. I mean,
there's a point because I've canceled my Netflix subscription over a year ago now because they just kept raising it, and then the quality of the content they were producing
Netflix quality has gone down. I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that one.
I was like, I'm never watching this anymore. I'm paying $20-something a month for one of the top packages or whatever. I'm like, why? So I just canceled it. And honestly, it's not like I missed a lot that's come out on Netflix.
No, not at all. There's nothing but original programming right there on Netflix, right? No one licenses stuff to them anymore, right?
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Everybody that was licensing stuff to them started their own streaming service.
Yeah.
And then you have to subscribe to there. So
Netflix is where things go to die.
Yeah. Netflix is like the New York Mets of streaming,
Netflix will forever hold a special place in my heart because it's where I first binged anime. Just way too long. What have you been sleeping? Netflix, anime, next my cave. And I got exposed to a lot of great anime.
But speaking of subscription raises, Xbox Games Pass announces price increase for the new subscription tier.
Oh Jesus!
And I'm fine with all the details on this except for one, and I'll wait till we get to them, and then I'll rant.
Xbox announced changes to its Games Pass. This is from InfiniteStart.com. I got to try to remember. I always forget to cite these websites.
Thank you to Infinite Start. Any Infinite Starters in chat?
Infinite Start announces Xbox. Xbox announces changes to its Game Pass service, including price hikes, new tier that omits day one releases. New subscribers will see these changes starting July 10th, yesterday, while existing users will notice them September 12th. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will rise from $17 to $20 per month on the US. The PC Game Pass will increase from $10 to $12 per month. Additionally, a year of Xbox Core, formerly Xbox Live Gold, will go from $60 to $75. It's yearly. The $10 monthly option remains unchanged. This Xbox replacing the console tier with a new standard tier costing $15 a month in the US. Unlike the previous tier, the standard option won't include day one releases. Xbox has stated that some games available on day one with Game Pass Ultimate might not be immediately available with the standard tier, but could be added later. That price increases the Games Pass occurred in June 2023. Xbox has yet to clarify which day one releases will be excluded from the standard tier. These changes aim to restructure the subscription service while offering various options to subscribers. Basically, fuck our subscribers, give us more money. Because we bought a bunch of studios that we don't know how to take care of, and we had to lay off a bunch of people because we can't make games anymore. I've never been able to make games, let's be honest. And Xbox and Microsoft sucks. So there's my 2 cents as a PlayStation fanboy or whatever.
Wow. Wow. There's a lot of stuff to take in here, first of all. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Well,
$3 right there. Yeah, I've had a PC for a little over a year, a modern PC. I had a PC when internet was dial-up, but now I have a modern gaming PC that can play stuff, and I like the Xbox Gaming Pass. It's a great alternative than spending a ton of money every month.
Are you utilizing it enough? It goes back to the subscription.
And I'm unhappy about the day one thing. That irks me as a user. But for the industry, I bet you game developers and small indie studios are celebrating, because this whole subscription-based culture is creating a throwaway style of video gaming. And
I think this subscription-based thing is ruining a lot of stuff, and it's getting into gaming now harder.
So this kind of battles that curve, and it makes it so that, one, you're not getting the big, huge, amazing titles day one for just a couple of dollars a month. Like, those are $70 games. And so the popularity of those games can't be judged by user bases anymore. Like, how many people were playing all these, what's that one? The Helldivers 2. How many people were playing that? Everyone's like, it's the best game in the world, simply because a lot of people were playing it. But that was just a fad. And it wasn't a $70 game. People were just paying a few bucks for it through the different game passes, and they were able to move on. And now there's a small player base for it. It's not considered a currently successful game. All-time successful game? Absolutely, though. So
it doesn't help that it's still banned in like 177 places.
Oh yeah, Sony kneecapped Helldivers for sure.
Yeah.
So, but this goes back to the thing about, like, we were talking about that Sinuous Sacrifice, Hellblade, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
I'm still kind of excited for that, but at the same.
So it was an Xbox day one release, Game Pass or whatever. But like the stats that I was reading, like, so there was only like 30-something% of people actually completed the game, and that 30% was of Steam players. Of Game Pass players, it was like half of that, or whatever. And my thought was, so you don't pay the $50 for the game, you get it through the subscription, so you don't care about it as much to try to finish it. Whereas to me, like, the people on Steam are actually paid the full price for it. We're like, okay, I'm going to try to get my $50 worth out of this game or whatever. And I think it may hurt an experience of the games. Maybe we're like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a throwaway thing. Like you just said, it's a throwaway thing. It doesn't, I think it's hurt. I think honestly, this is hurting. It's hurting them a lot more than it's helping them. And they're spending tons and tons of money on this stuff. And I don't think they're getting it back, which is why they're hiking the price up, because it's just not paying out like they thought it would. So I don't know. We'll see if they end up going broke over it or not. Henry, you've played games on stream and stuff. Are you a big gamer, or you're just like a casual gamer?
I'm always in search of the best game, and I recently got a PlayStation 5. I love it. It's amazing. The entire experience, it just works for me. I started off with Baldur's Gate and tried to but I'm really recognizing tendencies that are really like that don't really go well with gaming, or particularly mainstream gaming. Like I get really I really get put off by battle and combat. To be honest, I love like customizing everything. I want to design. I want to just sort of like live in the world. And so like I don't know. I'm sort of discovering that about my style of like as a gamer. It's not. It's weird. I don't know. So I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley and enjoying that because I don't have to do anything. I can just design worlds and hang out with Disney characters. I find that it's really relaxing. I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday, and I was like, when you play, do you have to like get your heart rate up, and do you hate the game? And are you like, is it a lot of rage play? I'm like, I can't, I'm just discovering I can't do that. Like when I sit down, I want to get lost in the world and, not have to freak out,
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate was interesting because there was so many ways you could play that game, and you could theoretically you would still have to fight some stuff. I don't think you could get away with like talking your way out of every encounter, but there was a lot of options where you could use your charisma and stuff and actually talk your way out of things.
Oh yeah,
I thought I thought it was definitely which that's D&D in general. Like that's how it should be. It should be open enough to kind of to play around it where you don't have to fight or whatever. So I don't know. Did you ever play Minecraft or anything like that? Minecraft is a very creative style.
Minecraft's great. I do say that I love survival horror. I really love the Silent Hill games. I could play those all the time. But again, it's much more like psychologically put into a very inhospitable, dangerous place. But it's the moments of actual chase and having to battle sort of like are spaced out with these moments of like exploration and figuring out the story and like disturbing elements of that kind of stuff. So like I love those. I play those forever. But I just find myself playing, and I know this is an unpopular, it's like goes against everything about gaming because there's without conflict, what is there? But anytime a battle appears, I'm always like, oh boy, here we go again. 35 minutes, of like me like trying not to die, which is inevitable. I always die,
Yeah.
I don't see a problem in it. There's a lot of people who like the more relaxing games. That's why there's a whole genre of like farming simulators.
Exactly.
I mean, there's Animal Crossing as a game that I've played since I was like 7. Yeah. I've loved that game. I still love that game. I'll still turn it on every now and then. My island is covered in weeds. It's disgusting.
Like Candy Crush is probably the most popular game in the world.
God, my mom is still playing that, and she's like, I can't get past this
that's not really
level.
A combat game, and that Candy Crush also leads to like 50% of the player base is female, and it's like that's not really true. Like that statistic is pretty skewed.
Have you played mobile Disney Dreamlight Valley? Nemo? How do I pronounce that name?
You can just call me Nemo if you need.
Nemo, I think they set out to through Gameloft to take Animal Crossing and just make it like the most badass version of Animal Crossing possible. The 360 perspective, they give you so much materials. If you like Animal Crossing, I really recommend checking out. Of course, there's the anti-Disney bias a lot of people have, but if you can get past that, it's Animal Crossing like souped up. It's really good.
I actually watched my friend play it. She's actually still really mad that they wound up taking out all of Donald Duck's tantrums. That used to be one of her favorite things, was watching Donald Duck just have a tantrum in the middle of town. She's like, I can't believe they removed it. They said people didn't like it.
No, he still has tantrums on mine. He does.
Well, the thing is, he used to have a lot more, and he used to like, duck curse noises. Disney.
Oh, really?
So, like that kind of thing. They took it out because it was making people upset how often he was doing it. And she's like, I hate it.
I never knew this game existed. Like,
I've got 6 houses. I've got 6 houses in each different little biome. And I love designing all the rooms and making clothes and stuff like that. It's just so addictive.
Nice. I'd definitely play it just for the Alice in Wonderland theme. I love Alice in Wonderland. Best thing, favorite thing, always. Cheshire Cat. Let's go.
My favorite Disney movie is Sword in the
Simba.
Stone.
Oh, good one.
That's a good
Hey.
choice. That's a good choice. Yeah, I'm not. This is
My-
interesting. I'm not a big fan of the Disney style stuff, so I don't. And I like survival craft, like Conan and stuff. When I like those
Oh,
kind of
Conan
games.
was awesome. I do love that game. That was awesome. It's
Oh,
like
Lion-
that.
Yeah.
Lion King was good. Lion King for Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64,
I'd be Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. The hardest part of that game was for me the giraffe heads. Anyone remember the giraffe heads? There's a whole
I
bunch.
never
of
played. I
giraffe
don't
heads.
think I played them.
I
As soon
played
as
it.
you
I
go on
hated
them,
it.
they move and you slide, and it's like this one really, really hard level. You get so far, and all of a sudden you see the giraffe heads. You're like, "What the fuck? What are those? I haven't seen giraffe heads yet in the game. What do I gotta do to them?" And you get close to the giraffe heads, and you get close, and the very first time you land on it, and it falls. You're like, "Fuck! I gotta do the whole level again." You go
Yeah, because
all
there's
the
no
way back.
goddamn save points.
And you're like,
Well, that's-
surely
yeah.
I
I
know
ju- I
what
just
to
remember,
do on
like-
this giraffe head now, and it's gonna fall. So when you get on it, you jump and you go on to the next one, and you're like, okay, that one's gonna fall too. And as soon as you get on that next one, it falls. You were never supposed to jump on that one. You were supposed to jump over that one.
Yeah,
The
no, that
brutality-
used to piss me off so bad as a kid. I was like, you have claws. Down. Just kill it.
The brutality of those old 2D like side scroller platformer
Oh
games.
God! Another one that always brings back wonderful feelings of rage is the old Emperor's New Groove game that they had.
Oh,
Oh
think I
God!
I played that
Any
one.
of
Trying to
those
get
Disney
through-
games.
Trying to get through the fucking waterfall area. I thought I was gonna have baby's first aneurysm. Okay,
Yeah.
I was having a fit. Why the fuck was there crocodiles and shit in there? And why were they all coming out at once? Why was I like covered in bait or something? They wanted me.
So you talk about these cartoon games and stuff. Like the one that comes to mind that I can remember kind of vaguely was the Ren and Stimpy game.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So the Ren and Stimpy 2D, where you would switch off between the two, and then you would do something to the other one to move. Like you would like squeeze Stimpy, and he would fart, and it's how you could fly with him that way. And then Stimpy would grab Ren and use him as like a whip, and like whip out and grab areas and stuff. Like it was always this stupid, weird, crappy cartoon humor stuff.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy was great.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, I just, that's the one that comes to mind right now. And there was one that was Booger Man. Do you remember Booger Man?
Oh,
I was just thinking that.
God.
I didn't want to say it.
No.
You did.
Booger Man was that one was interesting. That was
I
back in the
returned that
heydays.
game.
You did?
I bought it, brought it home, I put it in, burped, and flung boogers at monsters. I was like, I'm going to take that back.
No, that was definitely interesting times.
Oh,
Uh,
God. I want to understand. I want to know what the hell went through someone's mind when they were making the 101 Dalmatian games. Those things are fucking acid trips, okay? Why the hell am I being chased by... It's like all the ground was checkered print, but it wasn't green checkered print. No. It was bright pink and yellow. So you're blind as shit, running around as a puppy, trying to find other puppies and your parents. There's Cruella de Vil over there chasing you around going, I turned you into a coat! And then all of a sudden there's like dog catchers and shit, and they're chasing you. And then there's some dude in the background with a bazooka. And I'm going, what is happening? What part of this is connected to the movies?
I just threw everything at the wall, I guess.
They did. And they were like, good luck. Also, if you hit this thing in the background, it looks like a butterfly surprise. It teleports you. Where? We don't know.
Where? We don't know.
So I got some other Xbox news. here.
Such a crazy cartoon if you think about it too. Let's make a children's cartoon about orphan dogs who are getting chased by a poacher.
Who wants to skin them and turn them into coats? Why not?
Actually,
So-
that's the whole story for that Australian movie too, right? The Land Down Under one with the poacher guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the eagle.
With the lizard?
Yeah.
Oh, I was explaining that to my buddy the other day. Oh man, the eggs. Oh
Can't think of
yeah.
the name of that one, but it's like, whoa, are they using the same plot? Wait, Aladdin. Okay, never mind.
Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers Down Under. That's
Yeah.
what it was. That was
I
good.
just
Down Under.
recently watched that one. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
It was,
little
with-
mice.
it was mice and
They were so
yeah.
sophisticated. Those little mice. They were.
They were very that and like it was it was Bob Newhart played one of the mice. Can you imagine that? Of course, it would be like Steve
Yeah.
Carell if it was remade
Yeah.
today. But
Yeah.
that's what a classic. What a classic cast. You know,
Bianca. Bianca was the lady mouse's name.
the whole thing
Bianca.
he's trying to work up the you know the courage to propose to her the whole thing the whole
That's
movie.
right. That's right.
It's so classic. Like where did that sweet folky, you know, kind of plot? Like we need more of that. Like he's like, oh, I have to work up my, you know, he's like, oh.
John Candy was the albatross, right?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yes.
The albatross.
1991, I think. Is that what it is?
1990. Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
1990.
Speaking of like the old mouse cartoons and shit, y'all ever watch Fievel?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was just thinking
I
5 when you said this.
miss Fievel.
Fievel Goes West.
Yes, that was my
Oh,
favorite.
cats in
I
America,
can't remember the
the
cat's name,
streets
but I
are
love him.
paved with cheese.
So,
I love that when he's training the cat how to be a dog. Oh shit.
Yes.
Bark, bark, bark. Rah, rah, rah. Rah, rah. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
Oh, there's gonna be so
I would
many
say-
great clips to make shorts on for this one, and they're all gonna be in the Disney community. Like classic nostalgic reactions to different Disney things. It's gonna
So
be-
many. I
Back
would
when
say
Disney
like
used to
probably
be
was
good
it like
and liked money.
90% of this cast has passed away now?
Oh, how sick.
There's I'm going to briefly describe this, and then the four of you can come to a consensus of does it sound familiar or not. I have been struggling to try and remember it. I have this memory of like an animated short, or maybe it was a full episode where this chimp is left in charge by I think like humans, or maybe it's an orangutan, but when the humans come back, or when they come back, he's totally screwed up the town. It's like a Macbeth sort of story where then he's chased out. I think he has long hair, and I feel like he has a sash of like mortar shells around him, and they chase him, and they. Does this sound familiar at all?
So this kind of sounds like Tailspin.
Woohoo!
Sounds amazing. I want to see it.
It kind of sounds like so the Tailspin
Tailspin?
cartoon was a spin-off. So it was basically the Jungle Book characters, but like more anthropomorphic than in Jungle Book. But and Blue like flew a plane or whatever, and then what was the chimp's name? What was what was his name? The chimp leader in Jungle Book?
The orangutan King Louis.
The orangutan king. Yeah, what was his name?
King Louis.
Louis.
I'm
Louis,
the king of the jungle, baby. Hold on,
Louis
let's
wore
go
something
round.
similar to like a sash or whatever, something like that. Seems to be
I want to walk like you, talk like you, what do, bop, bop, baloo, baloo.
I was reminded of the new Godzilla X Kong New Empire, which I have to say was pretty damn good. There's a character, Scar King. It's a similar character to Scar King, but it's a fun movie, by the way. Give it a shot.
Chico Bon Bon. I used artificial intelligence, maybe. Chico Bon Bon, a monkey with a tool belt? No,
Monkey with a tool belt.
it's not quite a
picture
mortar
of
shell
Louis.
belt. It's just a tool belt.
Somebody's cosplay of
This
Louis.
looks so vaguely familiar. I think my brother used to watch this.
There's Louis. Like there's a toy of Louis. I'm trying to find like an actual picture of him though.
Oh, I'm the
Oh
king
yeah,
of
no,
the
it's not Chico Bon Bon, but that does make me wish I had Bon Bon chicken here. You guys know Bon Bon? Oh my god.
Did you put that in the private chat?
Oh, I'm the king of the jungle, baby.
Yeah. Well, here's Louis. The way you described him, so this is what maybe you said a sash or something.
Put in that Scar King. Put in that Scar King. That's the closest depiction of what I'm trying to, because that's what I was like. God, I've seen this kind of archetype. This monkey who gets this monkey that gets power, and then he just ruins everything. And then by the time that they come back, it's too late, and they have to like chase him out of town and try and kill him because he's crazy.
Shit.
How old is this?
This is just out now. Scar King's out now with this Godzilla movie. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. But the one that you're trying to remember.
Oh yeah. So I have so this is guys. We're
Could have
going
been a
on
fever
too long.
dream.
We're going on too long with this. We'll never think about it. I think it even could be like some sort of strange origin story that happens in a larger movie, or it's like a strange 70s sort of.
Oh, like a Planet of the Apes character.
Possibly
There's an orangutan guy in the Planet of the Apes. I think.
Kobo is like Koba. I thought it. Because I went down the ChatGPT. I was like trying to find it because it was such a good. I remember it being such a really good story. But I don't know. I think I don't know. It's one of those things that'll just come later in life if I'm lucky enough.
Probably end up smacking you somewhere in like wee hours in the morning. You'll be like, "That's what it was."
Yeah, that just happens increasingly now as I'm getting older. Where I'm like, I can't remember it. I just hope that it smacks me in the face later.
Fuck, you had to get old for that?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. It's weird.
Thank you guys for that wormhole. Sorry about
No, totally fine. Look,
Bro, that's the
this is
entirety of the show is nothing but wormholes.
Yeah.
The occasional bit of plot.
basically I have articles and stuff to if the conversation starts to die off. I just want constant just constant
Ben
talking points or whatever. But yeah,
All right, well,
man.
here's one. Tell me this. Real honest answers. Why has there never been Cheeto flavored Doritos and Dorito flavored Cheetos? Why?
because they would kill each other. We would all spontaneously combust after the first bite. We
So what
wouldn't
are
know what to do
Cheetos
with
actually
ourselves, and our
made of,
heads would
though?
explode.
What are Cheetos mostly made of? So like
Cheetos.
Doritos is corn chips.
Soylent
right? So
Green is made of people, so
you guys can be silly. I'm gonna go scientific. So you guys
Oh.
can be silly. Fine.
well, I can guarantee you it's going to be modified or genetically modified
Cheese
corn
dust.
products. It's going to start with corn. It's going to be corn and any other parts
Cheetos
of
are
any other
manufactured by
plants
blending
that
corn, water.
naturally come out of the ground are going
Corn.
to be genetically
The
modified.
germ of the corn is removed and to prevent the spoiling. The germless corn is then ground into cornmeal. So it's cornmeal. Okay, so it's cornmeal and rises.
There's been so many stupid cross promotional things. Like why? Like do they just hate each other? Do the Dorito camp hate the Cheeto camp?
They're both owned by Lay's, so I don't think that's the case. I
They
think they're
try
just
to go
supposed
into the other
know,
room and they're like, "We
I think
see
they're-
you."
I think they're
Since COVID,
differentiated just to
all
be
the small chip
differentiated.
companies have been bought out. Like there were a couple of smaller chip companies that were growing big. Big Chip couldn't handle it, so now your Skinny Pop used to have an ingredients list that was like yay big, and that's why people got Skinny Pop. And now it's owned by Big Chip, and now that ingredients list is huge.
Well,
But it's still Skinny Pop.
I was doing this on this health kick thing where I'm trying to like read a lot of ingredient stuff and all that, and then an article showed it like a bag of M&Ms in like UK or whatever, and then a bag of M&Ms in the States, and the bag of M&Ms in the UK is like 10 ingredients, maybe something like that, and then like the US is like 30 or whatever of all these chemicals and stuff like, and.
Hey.
Our FDA is supposed to keep that away from us, but yet they're just getting their palms greased about it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they like
So Cheeto flavored Doritos, though.
The only thing I can think of, just legitimately, logically, they must have tried it, and then it must have just not been good. Like what?
3D
What else?
Doritos. Remember that? 3D
What?
Doritos. That was
Oh
a
my God.
Dorito with some substance.
Looky
That's
here.
as close as we'll ever
Looky
get
here.
with the
1995. This happened. This has already
Yeah.
happened, guys.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God.
Right here.
Oh,
Chester's cheese Doritos.
The hell's going on?
Oh my god! Why don't they
I
bring
was
it
gonna,
back?
I was going to show
Cowards.
that
Here
a
we
while
go.
ago, but I wasn't sure if it was
Cheetos
real or not.
flaming, so you can get Cheetos Flaming Hot and Doritos in the same bag.
Wait,
I
click
want
shopping.
it.
See if there's an expired one we can order.
Yes, we'll send it all the way
We're
across
science.
everywhere so everyone
this
can
is this is
Part
your
of the
right
one
here.
chip challenge.
So,
Yeah.
we got
Get
so
it.
inspired that will die.
we got Fiery Fusion both in Doritos and
The
Cheetos. So I don't know if
next
that's the
is
same
just
flavor.
a picture
or not.
of an
Wow.
X-ray with a chip inside of your stomach showing up. Turns out that chip doesn't biodegrade. What is that?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Yeah,
Did you hear
back in 1995, there was Cheetos flavored Doritos called Chester's. Tried replicated the bag design of Doritos or whatever.
Oh my God.
So yeah, this happened.
Oh.
This happened. We have sleuthed it out.
Wow. And they're just too scared to do it again.
You know what I wish they'd bring back? Crystal clear Pepsi.
Oh.
We get that once in a while over here.
Well, I've yet to see it since the 90s. I can remember you would still get it in glass bottles back then. And then
right.
somebody found like a case and it's no longer clear, it's brown again or whatever, and they tried drinking it and it's just straight Epicac at that point, and they just they just vomited profusely, I suppose.
Yeah. Look at that.
So there we go. So there was Cheeto flavored Doritos, Dorito flavored Cheeto flavored Doritos, but I don't see any Dorito flavored Cheetos. I don't know. It was some kind of weird chip
Cowards.
baby they had. I do wonder if Dorito like a Cool Ranch Cheeto.
Oh man.
So
Now
I can
we're
remember
talking.
back then it was
I can
Cooler
definitely
Ranch
try that.
Cheetos. and
Now we're
stuff.
cooking with gas, Bubba. Let's go.
Oh, Vancouver Crystal Pepsi. Oh no! Look at that.
Oh yeah.
My
We had
God.
it for a while.
me.
It's gone now, but it'll come back probably again.
I bet you there's somebody
sporadic
selling
re-releases
fake-
through the 2010s.
Bet you there's someone shipping bottles of Crystal Pepsi out, and it's really just water.
That was Crystal Pepsi was the most mind-blowing thing.
No, it was Pepsi Blue. I'll never be able to see that again. It was my favorite. God dang.
Did it taste just like regular Pepsi though?
No, it tastes like Mountain Dew.
It was like a Mountain Dew, yeah.
I forget which one it was.
Uh-huh.
Crystal clear Pepsi blew my mind because it tasted like cola, but it was clear. That was what blew my mind. They had like, was it Hunt's or Heinz had like the colored ketchups that was supposed to be.
Oh, the purple
right.
It
ketchup.
didn't even taste like ketchup though. They're like green and blue ketchup. It was gross.
Oh, that threw me off. As soon as I saw purple on my hot dog when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Disgusting.
It's gross.
This is going into the exotic meat section like we did.
Oh,
last
yeah.
week.
God.
So we
The kids who ate paste love that purple ketchup.
the segment a few weeks ago, Eli brought up a thing about exotic meats, and they had like you get like raccoon hot dogs, and like it was all these different kinds of animals you could get. made into hot
Raccoon,
dogs.
Zebra, hot
alpaca,
dogs.
camel,
Yeah.
zebra.
Like, pretty much name an animal, you could get a random
Get a
hot
body
dog.
part. It's weird.
They chose the cutest picture for the raccoons. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
The bunnies too. It's like the softest, fluffiest little bunny. They're like,
Why would
we're
you
gonna
do
fucking
that?
kill this for you.
Look at this cute thing in the eye, and then I dare you to order a bag.
Yeah. So
We had a math teacher in 5th grade who had clear blood, and it would if we asked him to, he would show it. So he would make a slight cut, and he would bleed into a vial, and it would be clear, and he would put it on a Bunsen burner and boil it, and we would all be just amazed. And it turned out later, after I graduated, 10 years later, he was an alien.
Eli's an alien.
I believed you.
Well,
No.
okay. Technically, isn't all blood clear until it hits oxygen, and the oxygen is
Blue.
what
It's
turns
all blood is blue
it? Okay. Yeah. Like it's not the red color is because of oxygen.
because of oxygen. Yeah.
That reminds me. Earlier today, my son asked me, "Dad, are clouds made of candy?" And he was so cute, and I was like, "No, son, they're made out of water moisture." And then he asked me again, "Dad, what's Earth's defense system?" I was like, "What?" And then I remembered I don't have a son, and he asked again, his eyes obsidian black, "What is the defense system, Father?"
Yes, I wonder if he knew my math teacher from 5th grade.
They're pen pals.
Is about like the time I had a pistol in a drawer in the kitchen, and the wife asked me, "Why do you have a pistol in a drawer in the kitchen?" And I said, "Well, because of Transformers." She said, "Transformers?" And I said, "Yeah, just in case of Transformers." And I laughed, and she laughed, and the toaster laughed, and I shot the toaster.
I see what you did there.
That's a great one. That's great. That's classic.
Everyone watching just unplug their toasters just to be safe.
Well, they would actually talk back to you now with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Anyone
Smart
got an
toasters.
Amazon toaster?
No, I do not have Amazon. Like the Amazon Alexa thing. Like I've heard so many horror stories. I'm like, I don't want none of that crap in my house. Like they'll take over.
I've seen so many videos of the Alexa machines. Just like they'll ask them a question, and for some reason it'll glitch out, and it just starts this weird screaming sound. And I'm like, burn it!
There was the one too. Was like Alexa does the CIA listen to these deals, and it just shut off. Like it was like no.
Like, damn,
Just
that's
powered
not
off.
suspicious at all. Thank you.
Do you guys have a garbage disposal? Excuse me, like a food garbage disposal thing in your drain? Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know in your mind that it's not going to turn off if you have to reach down there. But isn't it a little scary every time you reach down there? You're like,
I never
Oh, yeah.
stick my hand all the way down in
I
there.
use a fork.
That's
I use a fork, and I just kind of like.
what's the thing? I have to get forks out of it, or whatever.
Just imagine giving the power of your garbage disposal over to AI. Would you
Oh my
ever
God.
put
No.
your hand down there
Hell
again?
no.
Like there's no switch. It's
Right.
automatic.
yeah.
It just knows. And it can tell what's food and what's hand.
Be
You
one
know,
of the
they-
days you piss it off, you sit there and be like, "You stupid AI," and it's like, "I heard that."
The,
Go clean the garbage disposal now. There's no one at the door. It's locked anyway. Go check the disposal now.
It's time to play chicken.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
there was a thing that come out like the Nest thermostat things, the like
Google
Wi-Fi.
Nest, didn't it?
Well, yeah, there's Google Nest. Well, it used to just be Nest. I guess maybe Google bought it. There's like basically it's like your thermostat you can hook up to your Wi-Fi or whatever.
They're
And, like,
making
the-
nests.
The automated like settings was like, oh yeah, you want to raise your temperatures in the summertime when like the heat is up. You want your temperature inside your house to be in the 80s throughout the day.
Ew.
And then at night, turn it up to like 76 or whatever. I'm like, that is terrible. I would die. No, my house needs to be cold all the time. Screw that noise. Somebody was like, saw that. I was like, I will let the whole world run out of power before I turn my TV on. Fuck everybody else.
That is an American or Western comment right there.
Oh, for
I
sure.
will let the whole world burn before I set my shit to 76.
No way would I do that.
Oh.
Dubes is lucky that it doesn't ever get above 55 degrees up there.
Oh, that's true. Well, he's got the heater. He's the opposite direction. He's got a. He's got a in the south.
You
he's
can
got
put a
the
lot more
humidity and
clothes
the
on.
heat.
You can only take off so many.
That's
That's been my complaint for years.
that's just science. That's math. That math's up right there.
Is
But I'm
it
terrible
super
at
cold
that.
where you're at, Dubes, like all the time, or I don't know.
Well, tomorrow we're getting like no, it's the summer months right now. We get highs of 46.
Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
okay,
Like you know what I mean? And
that's
if it's
Fahrenheit,
humid,
right? The Celsius,
yeah,
46
yeah.
Celsius would be hot as shit.
Oh,
Highs
yeah,
of 46.
yeah.
Sounds like.
And those days I like to put my head in the freezer and stay there.
What's 40, what
Do you
is
have
that
like a
translate to
garage?
Fahrenheit?
I could put a sleeping bag.
That is
What?
Fahrenheit, because that is Fahrenheit. 46 degrees Celsius would be hot as hell.
Yeah.
We
It's
get
like
them.
20,
That's
29
about it.
degrees Celsius is like 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Bruh, just 3 days ago, it was 115 here.
Whoa.
I'm dying.
Well, it's only been 1,000% humidity and 95 degrees here, so
Oh, your search history. No.
it's just Cheetos. No, this is Firefox. Firefox doesn't have any of my search history in it. Like this is just for stream. I have a separate browser for
Sassy.
streaming. What'd you say? 46 Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hot. 114.
Hey!
Was it 46 degrees Celsius up there?
Not right now.
Has it
Tomorrow-
been?
Oh, last year, yeah, but like tomorrow we're gonna hit 31, and then by August it'll get more
Okay,
warmer.
well,
and, then,
that's a lot. That's much hotter than I. So
and then we drop right down into
So
the
there's no
negative
snow
50s.
on the ground right now.
Oh fuck no. We're
Is
swimming.
it-
We're wearing shorts. We're wearing t-shirts. I don't live in igloos, guys.
Oh,
Socks and sandals.
we got
I-
water and electricity out here too, fuckers. What the fuck?
I worked in
Yeah,
North
I
Sure
Dakota.
about that.
It's true. I gotta deal with bears and coyotes coming at my front door every fucking night. But that's about it. But
Tom,
the
Tom, welcome
weather
in,
is
Tom, Tom.
it's okay.
Hey, man, gotta watch out for them skinwalkers. You don't know when they're coming around.
Oof.
We got to deal with mosquitoes here that will
Oh,
rape
mosquitoes
other
are-
birds in Arkansas.
The state bird of Arkansas is now mosquito.
It's a mosquito. No. Well, so I worked in North Dakota
I fucking
on and
hated
off
living
for
in Arkansas. It
a
was
couple years, and yeah, in the summertime it would get up to 100 degrees, but it was a real dry heat, which I'm used to being super humid
Miserable.
here. So you know, in an oil field, we had to wear like long pants, long sleeves all the time. But in 100-degree weather up there, it was still halfway bearable, even in long sleeves and stuff. But like if I was to I wear long pants now. I'm out of my truck for more than 10 minutes. I'm just soaked. I hate it.
You know, the oil fields is where Vaseline originated, and it was probably actually his teacher from 5th grade. The guy, he would go around. He was a chemist, and he would go around to the different oil well sites trying to sell different things, looking at different chemical properties, what have you. And he saw the oil workers when they would get cut or whatever. The sludge that would form at the bottom of the oil rigs, they would grab it and just put it on them, and those scars or wounds would heal way faster, noticeably faster than not using anything, especially back in the day. So he, being a chemist, figured out a way to make the black sludge clear, because no one would put that black sludge on him, and he went around town to town trying to sell it. No one would buy it because there was a lot of snake oil salesmen at the time. So he would go to towns and cut himself, put up a little table outside and cut himself, and then put that on it in front of people. And he'd have the scars from all the different towns that he went to. And he'd be like, yep, this was Philadelphia 3 weeks ago. This was Cincinnati 2 weeks ago. And they'd see that he was actually healing, and the fact that he was actually cutting himself, like who would do that? So they would purchase it within 1 year of his gimmick of cutting himself, which was really a gimmick, but within 1 year of doing that, he became, every pharmacist in the country was begging for him to send them Vaseline. And it
The
came in
origin
these
stories
little
of
blue-
David Vaseline.
David Vaseline. Yeah.
Vaseline was his
story.
last name.
So if you get one of those little blue glass bottles that he used to pack that stuff into, it's actually worth some money to cook certain.
So
flavors.
that would make sense. That the crude oil actually, surprisingly enough, the sludge, the black stuff, that's just dirt for the most part. That's
Yeah.
because I hauled crude oil too, and there's a few different kinds. The stuff in North Dakota was a real dark green color, and then the stuff in Texas, because I hauled crude oil in Texas too, it looked like gasoline. Like it was just like a yellow
really?
gasoline, real thin, watery stuff, and that was what was considered crude oil. I know, even me still, when I think oil, I think of oil like in a quart that you pour in your vehicle or whatever.
like tar sitting on the,
Yeah, it's real thick and viscous,
bubbling.
but it's not. It's real.
or like
green,
what's that
watery.
black and white commercial with the Beverly Hillbillies? They struck
Right,
gold.
yeah.
They struck gold, black gold. That is.
Black gold, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of that's just dirt though and sediment washing up. Okay. Anything else? We want to move on to another article, or has anybody else got something else they want to bring up? Totally open source tonight, so
Tonight on Open Source, welcome in.
So there's a new Xbox ad, going back to Xbox again. Xbox latest ad tells you that you don't need an Xbox anymore. Xbox's future in the console gaming is unclear, with its recent publishing philosophy aiming to spread its games across multi-platform alongside its emphasis on cloud streaming. It's pushing through Amazon and Nvidia partnerships that's never felt like this. Like there's less interest in its hardware suite. The latest advert reiterates that, telling players that they don't even need an Xbox anymore. No console, don't be scared. The Xbox ad headline reads. It's followed by a video of a parody of Scream, which in which somebody is asked to play Xbox since they don't have their console. The only option is to play via Xbox, Amazon Fire TV. While it's a creative advert, it's certainly a bold statement. You don't need an Xbox to play Xbox. The voice of the corporate marketing says. So, looking like they're not only are they trying to go more streaming, they're actually trying to do subscription-based streaming games. They're actually trying to do like live streaming.
It sounds like
Games as
someone
well.
in their advertising department showed up for a meeting and was like, all right, guys, it's time to think outside the Xbox. Okay. What we're gonna do here?
yeah.
Well,
Right.
I'm gonna need to hear some input today from everybody on what we can do to do that.
That is an interesting
Yeah, let's run with it. I like it.
moving away from. Well,
Press
we
release later today.
had reported a couple weeks ago about Xbox like
Yeah.
no longer doing like their own, having other companies build Xboxes instead of just a Microsoft thing. Where you can
Yeah, 3 companies will build.
Yeah, like Asus
different
could build one. Like people that make computer components and stuff may be building the Xboxes from now on, something like that. Interesting enough. So I have to bring this up because it's mandatory. Any podcast, anytime I see this thing in the news, I have to bring it up now because
I thought
this
we
is
were
my
getting
brand.
That we've
It's not. Sorry. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League second season gets a last minute delay. So basically, I've been super critical of this game since before it was even released. I hate it. It's dumb. I'm ready for it to be out of the thing because I'm just tired of it. Anyway, I won't even read the whole article because I just don't care.
You don't
I
quite
just-
care for it.
I just don't care. So did you guys hear are you guys familiar with the
He snuck that
YouTuber-
Suicide Squad. He was like, you know what? Fuck it, Suicide Squad. Guys, read the article. But anyway, we covered it. Moving on.
Wait, okay, so here we go. I've got a video for this.
Space can fuck off.
Space
I don't
can
give a
fuck
shit.
off. I don't give a shit.
Fuck you, Space.
So, is anybody familiar with the YouTuber Boogie? Is it 2988 or whatever it is?
I've heard about it. Him,
So
but I
Boogie,
don't really know.
I'm not super familiar with him. Like he's been kind of in the. He's been a big YouTuber he's like 4 million plus followers on YouTube.
Holy!
He's from Arkansas.
Holy!
No.
But he went on to a podcast last night, and so basically his biggest thing in the last few years is he's had cancer
Oh.
and is trying to garner a bunch of support from his fans and whatnot. Well, on a podcast last night, it was kind of revealed that he doesn't have cancer, and he's basically been faking this shit for years.
Bruh.
What have you been
and it-
using the money for?
Well, that's just it, man. It was the craziest. I watched this podcast today. Somebody reacting to it. It was like
You think of like,
this guy was. I don't know, man. I hope he's done. Like I'm just tired of
like
it. But
God on some level?
well, so he last week he made like a shifty Bitcoin thing. Like a
I was
shitcoin
hearing
deal.
about that.
It scammed like $10,000 off of his followers, fan base, or whatever.
Ooh.
And then because he needed the money for some kind of test or whatever for his cancer treatment. And then last night people were like on this podcast was like, "Hey, send me a screenshot of your diagnosis." so you can prove that. He's like, no, I won't do it. He's like, and then like the bounty got up to like $70,000. People were like, you show me the screenshot, I'll give you, X amount of dollars or whatever. He's like, no, too private. Same guy that's like been naked on his streams, had like this crazy documentary about him. Is just this guy's just a nutball. The reason I bring it up though is because it sounds like his career as a YouTuber is pretty much over. I'm going to apply for the next fat Arkansas guy to have 4 million followers. Can I just go ahead and take over that fan base? How do I get in on it? Because I'm probably not.
Well, actually, you're on the right path. By doing this weekly podcast and slowly growing a community, you're on the sure, straightforward, and narrow path, buddy. Just keep on climbing. And anyone who gets in your way, step on them bastards and use them to get over to see the next mountain of people that you need to step over to continue to
well, if you're wanting to go for the stereotypical fat thing, it's not stepping on them. You want to sit on them.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny to bring up. I saw that earlier.
I'm going to look this guy up. He's on YouTube. Was it Boogie and Cancer Fraud, something like that?
Yeah. Boogie 2988. Yeah. Controversial YouTuber Boogie 2988 accused of faking cancer diagnosis. There's Destiny.
Covered him.
Yeah, Upaville's covered him. Mudahar's covered him. Like he's been around for a long time. Like he's been on YouTube for a long time. I've heard bits and pieces about him. Like, well, he had a scandal a few years ago because somebody apparently confronted him at his house and he like pulled a gun on him.
Hey yo!
Threatened to shoot him and like fired the gun off in the air and stuff. And he lives in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is like a super liberal town in Arkansas, and in a suburb more than likely. So that's a big no. Don't do that. Don't fire a weapon off in that's stupid. Don't do that. Yeah, he shot it off in the air or whatever. So that was a big controversy a few years ago, and then he also tried to do the Twitch meta where the girls were like censoring out parts of their bodies or whatever. He basically got naked and censored out parts of his body. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why he's popular because I don't think I could ever go that far.
Shenanigans.
What's up, brother?
So, Jamal, welcome in. So I wanted to just touch base on that because that was something that popped up.
Yeah, I think my hot take is that if anytime I hear about somebody for whatever field they're in, they're faking cancer for their own benefit, I say more power to you. More power to you.
It's scummy to me though. It always feels it's disingenuous because they're playing off of sympathies for stuff that people.
Who knows? Maybe he's ahead of his time. Maybe in 10, 15 years, we'll all pretend we have cancer.
He's 350 pounds. I don't know if he'll make it 10 or 15 years. Let's be honest.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Oh, dude, sorry. Well, you look like you take better care of yourself than
it's just because I'm beef.
Beefcake.
Carry.
Beefcake.
This guy, I don't know.
I went down the rabbit hole.
Did you? What did you find out?
Ultimately, it's just a bunch of people accusing him of not having cancer, and him saying that he does, and that he doesn't have to prove it. And
wow.
And there's a lot of major streamers wanting him to prove it just so that everyone will shut up. And there's a lot of other major people saying his medical, everything is his private business. And anyone who
it totally is.
Should have never supported him if they were going to get proof. It needed proof to support him. You're giving your money away to strangers on the internet. If people are doing it for way more money for lesser causes,
that's true.
The fact that cancer is involved just pulls on people's heartstrings. So you think that maybe it's a possibility that it's a, there's some foul play involved.
Right.
And I mean,
that was the thing. I watched the interview or whatever of the podcast, and he was, and as Gemma says, it's private business. But like as soon as he got the diagnosis, he was the first one on Twitter or YouTube or whatever making a video saying he got cancer. Right. Like immediately said that. But then when somebody says, "Show me the receipt," he's like, "It's my privacy. I don't want to show the receipts." Like, but you've been playing off people saying you have cancer, but you don't want to. But you want that to be private.
Private business.
You made it your personality. You made it your persona. You made it out into that public.
Yeah.
To tug on the heartstrings to get money from people, and then also brought up a bunch of things about how he needed the money for his cancer treatments, and he was going to die without them, and he borrowed money from people and stuff like that, lying about. And then it turns out it was all.
What's he doing with all the
Is
money? Where's all the money going?
He lost it on cryptocurrency, like a crypto.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You can't.
So-
I look at it a different way. You can't really be mad at him.
But
Yeah.
Grifter's going to grift, I guess. Yeah.
He played the game. He played the game. He suckered everybody in to send him money. It's the typical scammer. It's. I don't know. It's just that's why.
Wait,
you
what's
gotta
his
be
name
careful.
again? Boogie?
Boogie 2988.
I think that guy called me about my car's extended warranty. Holy
believe.
shit. At least he's out of the telemarketing scams and moved up in the world, my guy. 4 million, you say? Like, by the
Yeah.
way, waive your car's extended warranty if you follow me on YouTube. How'd you get my number?
I have my ways.
How do you know I have a YouTube account? You work for the government?
Found you on OnlyFans, Eli.
Oh, shit.
Family. Got a screen rant. Terrible and unfunny. The upcoming Borderlands movie is getting crucified in early reactions. This particular early reaction of the movie comes to us via Daniel Richmond. What do you make of this news? Are you still going to watch the movie when it's released in cinemas? We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. He said he watched I read something that he watched like 30 something minutes of this movie. They said it's just
I am so unsurprised.
Yeah, like color me shocked, basically. Because when I watched the trailer eventually, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. And I argued with Bushwick, our mutual friend Henry.
Yeah.
He argued with me because he's like, oh, well, Kate Blanchett's in it and she's a great actress or whatever. I was like, she's a terrible cast for the character she's cast as.
Let me see who directed it. They're so lucky that she agreed to do it, obviously, because she adds such weight to it. If she wasn't in it, we wouldn't even take it seriously. But
we got Kate Blanchett. We got Jamie Lee Curtis in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Kevin Hart's in it.
Kevin Hart?
But the problem with it is like
me
and Nemo are pretty familiar with the what's that?
We watched the preview for this, right?
We watched the trailer, yeah.
Did it look like a weird Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's how they're marketing it. But I think Eli Roth is good enough that it's going to be at least interesting.
Well, see, the biggest thing is like, so for normies or whatever, it could be interesting, but for fans of actual Borderlands, like me and Nemo have both played all of the games or whatever. Kate Blanchett's character that she plays, Lilith, is in her late 20s, early 30s. That's the character.
She looks young.
Looks young. Is young.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. As much as she is a beautiful woman, you's a little too old. Put in some CGI. Yes, I am. Yes, in fact.
Hold on. Cancel culture committee. We've got an alert, a red alert, section 5.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Tannis, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, also in her early 30s, mid 30s, maybe.
Don't crap on the movie until you see the full product.
I'm never gonna watch the full. I'm never gonna watch the full product.
You know what? Because I'll give you a little history here. Remember when Heath Ledger was cast as Joker?
Oh, all right.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Let your boy cook. Let him cook. Let him.
I remember the backlash around it, but
Michael Keaton was cast as Batman. People couldn't even get over that because he was in what was that one? The dad one there. He's got the. Anyways, he did a comedy and everyone was freaking out because Michael Keaton was cast as Batman. It's just like video game movies. No one's gonna be happy. It's hard to please everyone. It's just hard to please everyone.
The thing is, they could be done. I think the casting is the worst part about this movie. This could be done because, like, okay, watching the trailer, like there were some of the guns and stuff that they used, like were almost one for one with the game. Like there was a gun with like a spinning barrel on it and stuff like that. It looked the outfits, the terrains and stuff all looked really good. The casting is where I think they've seriously messed up to me. Like that, like if they would have casted a younger, even an unknown actress to play Lilith or whatever, found somebody else, like to me, they'd have been better off if it was more unknowns that were closer to the age range of what these characters are in the games. I think
because this
I would have been
movie-
more up with it instead of get old lady lands.
old lady. Because the movie is the trailer for me was just like a straight fucking Guardian of the Galaxy knockoff.
Yeah, exactly.
I put something in the chat, and this is if Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and it's a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
style.
yeah.
It's worth your time.
I am a Jedi. Why are you here? I'm looking for someone.
It's really low.
I know, but in case music plays or whatever, I don't want to get copyright. I'm gonna turn it all the way down. So
Right.
Oh yeah, music's gonna play.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't want to give too many clips because I don't want to be copyright.
I'll be
all
right.
that stuff.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
He's escaping.
Yeah, I put the clip in the chat. Without the music, you don't really get the Guardians of the Galaxy effect or Guardians of the Galaxy effect. Yeah,
Right.
They
right.
had
Well, that's the
Had a
thing,
great
though.
soundtrack. But
yeah,
I did
yeah.
put
No,
it
I
in if anyone
I
wants
can
to
totally,
check
I
it
can totally see that. I can totally see
In either case, though, I already was so disappointed with what they did to Borderlands 3. They
Yeah, the millennial writing stuff definitely.
and the fact that nothing from people can disagree. You are free to disagree. I personally think not a damn decent thing has really been released in the last like fucking 6 years from Hollywood since this woke bullshit started. And I have no expectations for this thing to be anything else than more woke bullshit.
So, basically, since Endgame wasn't even that, I enjoyed Endgame well enough. It definitely had its issues, like as far as when writing and graphically and stuff like that.
6 years, so we're going back 2018.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2016 is kind of when the woke stuff really kind of kicked off or whatever.
It was
Johnny
around
the
2014
Backseat
when it
Gamer.
started
Fuck yeah,
coming out.
Dubes, you're the best on the panel. Look at Dubes. Getting a shout out.
What?
Let's go,
Dubes
dudes!
is getting a shout out from Johnny the Backseat
Welcome
Gamer.
in, Johnny.
Oh,
the Backseat
Johnny
Gamer.
boy.
Legendary.
Johnny boy, the parts
So-
are calling.
So yeah, so Endgame, and then COVID hit, and then everybody's like, well, COVID's the reason why nobody's going to the theaters. And then Spider-Man No Way Home came out, and everybody went to the theaters and watched that movie. And then since then, it's just been terrible movie after terrible movie, and they're blaming it on COVID. They're blaming it on all these things why nobody wants to go to these movies. Nobody wants to go watch these movies because they're not making good movies.
I think that's one perspective. I think there's a multitude of variables that come into play. I think that we see
Yeah.
the demise of drive-in theaters from a previous generation, much like we
That's
see
been
the
the-
demise of walk-in theaters in this generation, because we have more forms of entertainment and we can get it from multiple platforms and outlets.
Right.
So
Well, if you're
for a lot
paying
of the
$20
younger people,
subscription to Netflix or whatever
Yeah.
subscription deal, or you can go spend $20 or $30 on movie tickets, or you can just watch it in your own house. Like you're already paying for it.
exactly. You used to
I
have
mean,
to
there's
go
definitely
sneak
that.
the girl to the movies and make out in the back to have a long time. Well, now there's Netflix and chill. And the kids don't want to go to the movies and risk getting caught when they can just stay
Now,
at home. and
They gotta
violate
do the old
themselves right
popcorn trick.
there. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to pull off the popcorn trick when you just got the microwave bag. You put it in the microwave and it goes boom. You know what I mean? Bada boom.
Bada bing,
Bada
bada boom.
Hey. I mean, I've heard. I think there's a
Oh.
multitude of reasons that
I'm trying to look
the
at
movie industry seems to be in decline. I think in general, people are spending more time consuming media. I think people are in general are watching way more
YouTube.
TV. I
No,
think it's
people are
way
watching
more-
more YouTube than
YouTube.
anything else right now.
YouTube, there's more screen time than there was in the past. Your hours of your day that the average person, I think that has increased. I do. And I just think that, as compared to before, it's not just like after work, we watch whatever comes on at 5 or 6, some kind of sitcoms or whatever. And once in a while we go to the movies. Like, it's just not like a major popular thing. And let's face it, everything's expensive as fuck. And like you said, if you got a $20 subscription, I can watch movies all month long from the comfort of my home instead of going out into this fucked up world. Or I can spend fucking $40, for me and one person to go out to the movies and get popcorn and fucking a drink for just a little bit a time. But if there's a major movie, if you're a big fan, you're still going out to the theater. If something big
there hasn't been a lot of fanfare though.
If you're a Star Wars person, you're still going to see the fucking Star Wars. If you're a Disney person, you're still going. I still went to see Godzilla. I even got this guy right here to go into the movie theaters. This is when the podcast started 29 weeks ago when Godzilla -1 came out. We went to the movies and 31 because that's right, holidays and that one time.
Well,
the movie was so epic. We were like, we're starting a podcast. We're going to talk about movies and stuff. And oh, it's such a good movie. Oh my God, it was a good movie. We're fucking pumped. Just like that.
You bring up a great point. You do bring up a great point, and I think the film industry knows that it's these big event pictures. It's the ones that you don't want to see on a small screen. You want to experience it with others. You want like for instance, you had Dune. That was a really big deal. People wanted to see that in theaters, but also a smaller picture, Inside Out 2. I remember talking to my partner, and I was like, hey, like, I don't think I want to miss the experience of seeing this in the theaters. Like, I want to be around people. I want that excitement, and I want that sort of community feeling because it's such a great, those pictures. So, but I think it'll survive. I mean, I think it'll survive because of that desire of like, okay, like, yeah, I don't need to see this one. I don't need to see this one, but you know what? Let's all go to this one. You know what I mean?
I really hope it does. So the next big movie coming out that I'm going to see in the theaters, and that's the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Oh yeah,
in a couple of weeks.
That one looks good.
The 26th. So when's the 26th? It's
so the day after the 25th. Yeah,
it's Friday. So yeah. So the 25th is a Thursday. So we'll do the podcast, and then it comes out the 26th or whatever.
Nice.
So we may watch it and review it the next week or whatever on the following week on the podcast. But there's actually a couple new trailers. I don't know if you guys are interested in the trailers or not. Like,
yeah, I like
some people
single
just don't
wides, double wides. I like all kinds of trailers.
Don't want to be spoiled on it. But to me, that's the next biggest one. Godzilla definitely was.
It was good. We missed the black and white re-release, and I'm kind of upset about that because I'll never get to experience the cinematic version of that movie in black and white. Like, even if I watch it in the house in black and white, never going to be as epic as it was. And there was even a loud movie next door in the theater next door. And like, I don't go to the movies a lot, so I was a little bit caring about the fact that I could hear the bass from whatever scene was in the movie next door and like the quiet scene in my movie. But it was still so epic that I was like, yeah, fuck that bass, man. This is the shit right here. Look at that Godzilla.
To me,
just like
Godzilla was a great experience, but Godzilla also had a $16 million budget and was one of the best movies that came out last year.
The only movie I'm looking forward to is only coming out in 2025, so I have a long time to wait.
Don't tell me, is it that Superman one? The one that the costume looks bad in? All the costumes look bad in? I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm not after seeing some of the teasers and stuff from the
Don't look at the costume. Do not look at the suit.
Don't look at the suit. The suit is the whole point of the thing. What do you mean don't look at the suit? They're
gonna
CGI in it, make it better?
Just like they did with Henry Cavill, just like they did with Brandon Routh.
Henry looked well, okay.
Because if you go look at his videos, he's baggy too. Now, okay, this is why movies critics and all this shit. You guys shit on movies before they come out. Don't do that. Watch it first. Nobody hate on my Superman.
The passion.
What about the new Joker? Are you guys gonna go see the Joker?
I want to see that for sure. And apparently, what's her face, Lady Gaga, puts one hell of a show on. Apparently, she's getting roses thrown at her. So I can't wait to see that.
She in the new Joker has Lady Gaga in it.
Yeah, she's Harley Quinn, and it's gonna be.
Oh, she's gonna be Harley Quinn. Okay, so here's my thing, because a lot of times with like crossover like stars, you know, people go from acting to go into singing, people go from singing into acting, and you're like, not so good, not so good. Sometimes good, sometimes. Lady Gaga, I didn't know she could act. I caught her in American Horror Story, and I was like, she kind of looks familiar in my butt. I was like, fucking Lady Gaga. And I'm like, she's still creepy, a little bit weird and she's got like, it's still Lady Gaga, but she was acting hard. She was hard fucking acting. She was amazing in American Horror Story. I'll just say that. She was pretty good.
I'm gonna say that Henry Cavill did not look as baggy in his suit behind the scenes as this.
That's actually a fake image.
Oh, okay, that one's a fake. Okay, that one's a fake.
Find one with him hanging from wires.
You can tell, if you're a fan of Henry, you can tell that bulge was way too small. First of all,
here's what him hanging from wires.
Zoom in on the testicles. That left one normally hangs lower than the
right. It's got a little ripple
right
here
there.
where it's pulling on the suit, but other than that, it doesn't look that baggy.
Can we look at the ones when he has the mustache?
Oh my god!
I don't know.
Mustache.
That's PTSD number 3 now. Don't do that to me.
I love that. No, it's really funny. Come on, bring it up because it's really funny.
No,
it's really,
no.
It's real. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, what kind of crazy world do we live in?
But Superman with a mustache can't hurt you. He's not real. Superman.
That's
with
right.
a mustache.
Yeah. It's because he was doing Fallout, right? He was doing Fallout. That was the reason.
Yeah,
right?
he was doing the Mission Impossible.
I love those missions. There it is. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Yes, Daddy, please.
God, he looks like a shitty porn star.
I don't know if I've ever actually looked at this or not. Hey, Country Boy, welcome in.
Hi, Country Boy. How you doing?
How you doing, Country Boy? Welcome to the show.
We're gonna set off. Oops. He's never gonna return. This one's much better. Is this fake? I don't know what this is. Wait a minute. What is this shit?
Yeah, thank you for resubbing, Country Boy. Circa 70s porn star. Exactly.
It's so awesome.
Oh,
it's so awesome that exists.
It is kind of good. Yeah.
I hate Joss Whedon for this bullcrap.
But
I hate him. I fucking hate him. I hate him. If he ever sees this, I hope he hears it from me. Joss Whedon, you ruined that movie. Thank God we got Zack Snyder's cut. God.
This is the AI version.
Oh God.
Dubs,
I hate it.
Dubs, I was going to ask you about the Zack Snyder. What do you think of him?
Of what? Sorry.
What's your take on Snyder and the Snyder cut of Justice League and all that stuff? You like it?
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it, and I wish they would have continued with it.
Yeah,
I want to see
too.
Darkseid come. I want to see.
Too.
I want
Me
to
too.
see everything.
Now,
Just the whole little snip with the Joker after the credits.
Yeah.
How he's talking to Batman, and then when you find out Aquaman got killed, and now it's just I want to see it, and we're never.
Did you
gonna
see
get
the
it.
Flash? Did you see the Flash?
Aquaman got dried out.
I haven't seen the Flash movie yet. I was a little off put by it because of all the CGI in it. Like they brought Christopher Reeve back and the Nicolas Cage's Superman. Like what? Why don't you just get him in the freaking?
It does weird things, but it actually has a plot to, with 2 legs. It stands up on its own. It's strange and weird, and it's like Back to the Future in ways that you kind of find offensive, but it's not terrible. Like it's not terrible. It's fun, and by the end, it did keep me like hooked until the end. I was like, okay, like I want to know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's good to know.
So,
I will give it a try.
Here's the thing that kind of upsets me about the baggy new Superman.
Baggy new Superman. I know this.
What? I hope he comes out and he wins a freaking Oscar.
Look how jacked this dude is, though.
Yeah.
This is the actor. Why don't they put him in a skin tight suit for fuck's sake? Look at this guy. He's a monster.
Where's the picture of the baggy? What are you talking about? We've seen all. Where's the baggy?
This one. Look at. But Metropolis is being destroyed, and like he's just casually putting his boots on. This isn't Superman.
Superman is just like us. He puts his
Okay,
boots on
now,
one
now
boot
I
at a
want you to do
time.
me a favor. I want you
One
to go
destroyed
type in
city at a time.
Dean Cain Superman. Check out his suit.
Don't you diss Dean Cain? What the fuck?
Why would I? I got all the seasons right here.
Dean Cain's amazing.
Dean Cain's amazing. He goes on in his later career just to play wife murderers.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's a big Hallmark actor at this point.
He plays wife murderers. I think that's what, like, he's that good-looking guy that plays wife murderers.
He also played he was the villain in the Supergirl series or whatever. Well, he was the father, and then they turned him into the villain or whatever. So the Dean Cain Superman suit is cartoony as shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, his mom made it.
It looks. I mean, like it definitely it's comic book esque. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's definitely.
It's Party City. It's so Party City. Look at that.
It's very Party City. But to me,
was that Smallville?
The Cavill stuff like that or whatever. The new modern Superman, like I don't know. Give me this suit. Oh, I just give me that suit in Superman. Fine, whatever.
Well, dudes, as a Superman fan, dudes, do you know about Alex Ross?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That was my introduction to I guess the more finer artistic side of comics. That's what I thought of it as a kid because it was just comic books, you know what I mean? Like and cartoons at that point. My dad's a comic book collector and he ended up getting these Alex Ross limited edition things as they were coming out, you know, go to the comic book shop or whatever. You look up Alex Ross Superman. He did a great Superman, super fucking artsy, kind of in that almost in that sci-fi style from like the 50s, 60s, where they were, you know, the NASA paintings where they were imagining like space stations around the Earth and like the official NASA stuff. It almost kind of has that like type of artistic oil painting look. Like it's fucking art. It's not just like this man's fucking making masterpieces and he's just choosing to paint, you know, Superman. Like I
got his action figure.
Oh, let's go.
So this is the other thing I thought was funny. That I don't know why they kept the Guy Gardner bowl cut haircut. Like they kept this like comic book accurate. I don't understand it.
For the green.
So if Nathan Fillion is playing Guy Gardner, which is another Green Lantern. So there's 3 Green Lanterns from Earth. There's 4 technically now. There's a female one too, but the 3 main males are Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and John. What's his name? Not John Jones. John Jones is Martian Manhunter. What's the other Green Lantern's name?
Green Lantern?
Yeah. The Black Green Lantern. What was that one's name? There's Guy Gardner, Hal Jordan, and why am I'm blanking on the other one?
I'm just trying to figure out why my voice went so high when I said Green Lantern.
Anyway, this is the Green Lantern. This is Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner in the.
Yeah, he's going to be in this Superman movie.
Yeah. And we also have Hawk Girl confirmed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Gunn does with it.
Show that Supergirl, super in Flash. In Flash.
Oh, that Supergirl in Flash. I didn't like that. That's what threw me off.
Man, give me that. I'll take it. I'll take it any day. She looks like the lead singer for Elastica.
I did see pictures of it. She didn't look bad. And I think actually they said that she was probably the best part of the movie.
She's the best part of the movie. She's the best part of the movie.
She is a young Michelle Rodriguez looking.
Here, Eli.
She's a badass. She's a total badass.
Right there. That's your Alex Ross guy right there. That's his art right there. Ooh.
This costume looks good too.
Yeah, I really like that whole art series from Alex Ross.
Every time I take out a Superman, I have a hard time. I don't know where to put him after.
So
character at GameStop.
we'll see what they're doing on here.
I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic movie. I don't care if it bombs. I don't care if it's good. I'm going to love it regardless because Batman gets all the love, and I'm tired of it, and I want to see more Superman.
We got a little Watson.
Do you want me to bring this up, Nemo?
Sure, I didn't want to interrupt, and it's entirely off topic.
I got a little lifeline. Lifeline here, Mozambique here.
Yeah, there's been rumblings of two things. I'm trying to remember what the second one was, but I've been hearing rumblings of a Legend of Zelda. That was the other one. Hang on. Trek 5.
Oh my god.
Legend of Zelda would be an American-Japanese computer animated fantasy action adventure film directed by Zelda Williams, Robin Williams' daughter, with a screenplay written by Williams, Jonathan Abel, and Glenn Berger, and the Dean DeBlois from the story by Williams, produced by Bonnie Arnold, Miyamoto.
Bought it at the Dollar Tree. Thanks, country boy. I love you too.
I think he was talking about the Dean Cain Superman outfit.
Oh, he was definitely talking about me and my little action figures I just popped up. Country boy's coming for me. He's coming for me with the jams.
Should it be what's on your head right now?
Development for an animated Legend of Zelda film would begin in 2021. I haven't heard anything about this.
I haven't either.
Until 2024. The film would gross 70. Like, what? What is this?
Yeah,
what is this? What
I have no idea
what this?
I have no idea
like
what the fuck's
fan
going
fiction.
On.
The Legend of Zelda was released in December 21st, 2024 to a critical commercial success. The film would gross $749.3 million at a budget of $198. What is this? What is this?
Fucking
AI?
insane, isn't
what
it?
is this?
I got a kick out of it.
Ideas Wiki. What? This is a what? Like you sent me this. I thought this was a real thing. What the fuck? This is AI. What the hell?
Ting 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 ting. It's metal. Ting 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 ting. It's a high quality armor. You know? Get this from the final Elden Ring boss.
Zeno Robinson is linked.
Luckily,
this
I
is
can
AI.
say.
This has
luckily,
to be AI.
I can say that at least Shrek 5 is confirmed. But
Yeah, Shrek
yes,
5.
no. I had to send that to you. I had a kick reading it.
This thing, yes. I totally believed this was a thing until it said like when the movie came out
Yeah.
in the future, it's gonna gross
It's
$750
going to have
million.
massive success in the future.
Like wiki fandom here predicting the fucking
build it.
oracles.
If you build it, they will come.
What the hell?
I'm gonna come.
Don't come.
Sorry. Not really sorry.
So Henry, was this as enlightening as you thought it would be?
Am I getting booted? Am I getting booted? Am I getting kicked off?
No. I'm just feeling like you're
The
looking
only
for a way
normal
out.
one here.
Sending you to the shadow realm.
Am I the one to get booted off? Am I
No, you're not. I do not want you to leave. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you're looking for an escape hatch at this point.
You've been too normal in this conversation. We have to send you to the shadow realm. Goodbye.
No, I can talk about cum and all that stuff. I can talk about cum. I love cum. One of my
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
one of my favorite jokes of all time is I do believe that it's an underground screenwriting like inside joke that when you write the line I came as soon as I heard that it's always supposed to be funny because in Naked Gun Frank Drebin says it twice when Nordberg is like Nordberg is hurt, right? So they go and Frank says it twice. He says it first and then he says it later in the hospital to Nordberg's wife. And it's one of my favorite things. I'm a huge fan of cum. I love cum.
You talking about this? We were talking about my roommate's friend or whatever was talking about asking me if I'd seen Epic Movie or whatever, and I was like, I don't think I've seen it. I do know I'm familiar with it. Like I haven't
That's a great
that
movie.
parody, and he's like, "Well, what did you think about those movies?" It's like, they were better in the '80s and '90s between Naked Gun and Airplane and
Yeah.
Blazing
Oh, yeah.
Saddles and stuff like that.
I
Those
Airplane.
are
love Blazing
way
Spaceballs.
better.
Spaceballs
Spaceballs.
was announced number 2.
That's
Hot
right.
Really?
Bum,
I am skeptical
bum.
as shit on that one.
Don't forget about Hot Shots. Hot Shots movies are good.
Oh yeah,
Hot Shots. That's right. Yes, Charlie Sheen. Hot Shots were fantastic. Loved those.
Yeah, comedy's taken a hit in the last 20 years just because everything's a lot more sincere and serious and stuff. But
Well-
as somebody who does comedy every day, it's never gonna die. It's
I don't
always
think
gonna be
so.
awesome.
I think there's definitely going to be people that keeps it alive for sure, and it needs to, and the comedians and whatnot need to stop walking on eggshells for the most part and just
That's-
be funny.
yeah.
Like,
Comedians
Yeah,
gotta
just-
say what they want to say.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
It's
That's the
no.
whole-
It's if you don't
Yeah.
like it, go away. Like it's just there's a majority of people out there that want to hear these jokes.
Yeah,
Give the people what they want.
exactly.
What they want.
Dubs, do you know my show? Dubs, have you seen my show?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I cordially invite you. No one else, please. No one else come. Just
no one
just Dubs.
I'm
Dubs,
the only
please.
one that's allowed to come. Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. It would be my Dubs. It would be my.
The rest of us are going to
ultimate
edge, I guess.
Yeah, just
We're going to edge
No
the rest
one-
of us.
no one gets to come but Dubs.
I came already.
I'll go. I'll come for sure.
Nemo, I saw you followed. I'll follow you. I'll follow everybody, guys. We'll have a big cum fest together. And by the way, that's CUM fest.
Right. Speaking of this, we do have an on-site reporter right now talking about the road conditions. We're gonna jump over to Jill real quick. Jill, how road work over there? How's it going?
My
Hello?
God.
Jill,
Oh
you're not
my-
talking, Jill. What are you doing?
Jill?
Turn your microphone on, Jill. What are you
Lots
doing?
of turbulence. I think we're not getting a good signal.
Well, clearly they're not doing a very good job smoothing those roads out. So,
And again, I finished.
You know, I had a moment recently where I really I had to be real honest and look inward and reflect about whether Haktua was a universal thing everybody liked, or was it just for horny guys? What do you guys think? Is it something that everybody should think is funny, or is it just for like dirty men?
to me, the whole. So I don't know if I'm looking at this, maybe taking a too deep of a look at this. It's like, to me, it's a woman that wants to please her man. Basically, that's the thing that I got. But it turned into this like weird meme or whatever, and now and look, I've been hearing the conspiracy like she's an industry plant. Like this isn't
No way.
This isn't manufactured virality or whatever.
No way. That was
So-
She manufactures pigeons in her spare time.
So what's going around the internet now? The current latest sensation, because she's basically the Cash Me Outside girl. Let's be honest. But now what's going around is this one.
Well,
girl
they're talking
saying,
about
the
like
Hawk 2 girl. That ain't nothing. I ain't gonna spit on it. I'm a fart on it, and then she
Oh, yeah, I
lets
saw
out
this.
a fart, like
saw
not a little tinky winky. It's a loud, audible ass, real fucking fart, and she got no shame in her game about it. Let me tell you.
That's how you get
Oh.
pink eye.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you get pink eye. Oh my god. Yeah, that was bestowed upon me today. The glory of the internet, as I learned about Fartua, or whatever we call her.
So, what was the actual question here about the Haktua girl? What was?
My bad.
Well, that the popularity is only to a select group of people, that it's not a universal meme that everybody that everyone's
Oh,
making
yeah.
be this really awesome funny thing.
It,
But that
well,
actually
sorry, keep going.
no, that's it. That was it. But
I was just gonna say it's everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. Everyone was laughing about it. Everyone's doing it. I said it at work a few times about
Yeah.
my forklift. So
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you know, it's everywhere. There's shirts now. There's it's.
The
No,
best ones.
I agree. I think it's
Everyone thinks it's funny. It's.
I think
great.
it's good fun for everybody too.
My
I do.
wife doesn't think it's funny when I say, "Hey, you got a Haktua and spit on that thing."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, now you're just out another 3 months." I'm like, "Shit."
Well, the funny thing is that if it was asked to a man, if it was reversed, like the answer really is like make any effort, like just even attempt to do anything. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing.
Put a pillow over my head, just continuously punch me in the ribs. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
The meme's pretty fantastic, though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. See, it's great.
That's pretty good.
I like the one when she's doing it with Triple H there.
So she recently did an interview because she's a huge sensation. People want to talk to her. Everyone wants to book her. People want to know what made her say that live, blah, blah, blah. And with her new internet fame and stardom, of course, has come the throng of weirdos. And now she's reporting that the weirdest request that she's been getting is for her to spit a loogie in a container and mail it for the price of $600. And so my question is, how many bottles has she mailed?
More than 600. That's at least a good 2,500.
No, she hasn't. She's disgusted by it, and it freaks her out. That whole
I would be
aspect.
too.
But
This is a weird. The virality thing is so weird to me.
well, I mean, I'd be all down for it, but then the reality sets in. Like, wait a second, what are they gonna do with? Yeah, never mind. No. I'll keep my
It's just
spit.
gross.
I'll keep my spit.
It's like sending bath water.
Here, I'll just go yell
Nasty
up to my
bitch.
neighbors that I'm selling spit. Just
but is it if a woman come up and said that to you?
By the way, bath water.
I did get the consensus from most females that did not like it.
That's the thing. That's what they're saying. That they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
well, I don't know. It
She
depends
broke
how
the
you look
female
at it. Right?
code.
You gotta look at it as a joke, though.
Yeah.
She's getting asked a question. She's feeling good.
Oh yeah.
And she's having some fun.
She's having fun. She's just, I don't know. She's just making a fool out of herself. And then it went. The people can't take that seriously. Like,
Well, that's
No,
the
I
thing,
don't
man.
live my life by means, sir. I change
Virality, because I don't know.
Bull.
It was I don't know how many years ago it was, but there was the woman who put on the Chewbacca mask or whatever,
Oh yeah.
and went super like her got college paid for her kids and stuff
that's
like that, or whatever.
Fucking one.
Yeah, and then somebody tried to replicate it. I saw another video popped up the other day. It was like
She's so funny. That
his-
her laugh is so funny.
It was good.
this guy was like recording a video and said, "My wife lost a bet, so she's gonna wear that Chewbacca mask while she gives birth, like during labor or whatever." And he was recording her having contractions with that plastic Chewbacca mask thing.
Oof.
Everybody-
I think I saw that pop up once or twice, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Well, that explains so much.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to trying to find those algorithms though. To me, it's so weird to like the right thing can just explode on the internet. I'm searching for them. I need to do more video. I need to post more videos. I need to really do more content or whatever than just the podcast. Like I really enjoy this podcast. Like this format is really fun to me. I can just let loose with friends online or whatever, and like I said, the articles and stuff is basically just lubricant just to keep the conversation going more or less.
Vaseline.
Slip and
Vaseline.
slide.
Back to the petroleum jelly.
Yeah, I know the guy who came around our town to sell Vaseline, and his demonstrations were a lot more explicit, and he did not. It was very. He was run out of town quite quickly because
quickly,
he
yeah.
Did
set
he
up a
use the slip and
table.
slide?
He would set up a table and he would say, "All right, now look at what I'm doing now. Normal. Now look at what I'm doing now with Vaseline. Now this is much. It's much better. How can you argue?"
Trouser snake oil salesman.
Listen, that's how I learned about it. Actually, it's funny.
Yeah.
That was it. That was David Vaseline's cousin, Jimbo
Yeah.
Vaseline.
Yeah.
That man's fold-up table changed my life.
Yeah.
His slogan is "Your anaconda ever chapped?"
Yeah.
I was like, no one's ever called it an anaconda before. I'll continue.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
Well, I don't even
Is
know
your
where we're at anymore.
anaconda ever
It's a-
chapped?
It's a baby anaconda, I swear. That's definitely.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
buddy. Hey. Hey.
Ah!
This is great.
Oh yeah, having
Oh,
a chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, world quick announcement, of course. Country Boy 42, the #1 mod on Twitch for over 8 months. I literally streamed to just him every day. And then he decided to stream. And your boy hit affiliate in a week. He just now is celebrating his 300 followers. And that's an
Nice.
amazing feat.
Congratulations.
And it's been
Congratulations,
it's been
Country.
a quick ride too. It's been a fun ride. If you don't know Country Boy 42, I'm gonna get a shout out for him with the purple heart in the chat. He streams mobile games, so unless you're a
shit.
mobile streamer, a mobile gamer, which the majority of people who game do it on their mobile device. So there's a probability that you might know some titles because he plays an amazing variety of different mobile games. Definitely give him a shout out. It's pretty
Play Cookie Kingdom.
cool. Country Boy.
Join my
guild. I'd like to take this time to shout out anybody who I've alienated or made feel like they can't relate to me because of my appearance, demeanor, and opinions. I also agree that I'm difficult to love. Mayonnaise, did you-
I honestly
Mayonnaise-
thought
Speaking
Yeah, I
to
got
my
it.
soul right now.
I actually thought about wearing a suit and tie or finding a shirt and tie. I don't have a suit jacket. I don't think right
Oh, he told
yeah.
me to wear a suit and tie as well, but I didn't listen.
Here we go, guys. Here's some business news you guys might find pretty interesting. Actor Vince Vaughn voices sausage commercials aiming to curb divisiveness.
What?
Jacksonville Sausage hired actor Vince Vaughn to voice the talent as the voice talent for the new advertising campaign that suggests sharing a meal with a sausage can assuage Americans who are feeling less connected with each other and exhausted by negativity in the news cycle.
Fighting the good fight. No one could ever say anything different. Vince Vaughn fighting the good fight.
I'm not subscribed. I don't want to spend $4 to read the rest of it.
Let's see that article again. Let's see the headline just one more time. And the photo they use, perfect.
Yeah.
Very good.
Vince Vaughn voices sausage commercials aiming to curb divisiveness.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
The first thing that comes to
I like
mind
Vince
when I
Vaughn
see
though.
that-
Vince Vaughn's pretty isn't he pretty based? Like I think he's pretty based. I think he's not like politically or nothing like that, but I think he's come out and like had pretty honest takes and stuff, which I appreciate. I did see.
It's about time that sausage unites the world. I've been saying it for years.
Thank you.
If you're a fan of artificial
Well,
casings, intestinal
Seth
casings,
Rogen tried to make that sausage
like
fest
vegan
movie, and I don't
sausage
think it went over
with
very
apples
well.
in there, emeralds, chicken
They have a-
sausage with
they
apples.
have a
I think there's a
series.
sausage for
They
everything.
got a new series, mayonnaise.
I heard
Yes,
about that. Yeah,
Sausage
yeah.
Party got a new series.
And of course, when you speak of sausage, the first thing that comes to mind is Tom Green saying, "Daddy,
Oh,
would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?" As he has sausages on a string that he goes up and down with as he bangs on a keyboard. And it's more like this. "Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?"
Glad
Cling, cling.
Glad the microphone.
And it's really just as cringe as the way I described it. There's nothing
I'm
more
proud
David
to
than
say that
movie.
that's a fellow Canadian.
yeah, Dubs. What's your take on that? What's your take on Tom Green and his legacy? What do you think?
What in the act?
His TV show is terrific,
Oh yeah.
but the movie that we're talking about is horrible.
Oh, Freddie got fingered, right?
Yeah, Freddie got
Yeah,
fingered.
Freddie got fingered.
That horrible movie. Like
It's a weird
Tom
one.
Green is a funny guy. Like
It was
when
a
I
weird-
went to college,
I loved it.
I went to in Ottawa, and he went to the same program I went to at the same school. And I found out a story before his show got picked up. Everyone was saying no, like nobody wanted nothing to do with Tom Green. And how he did it was he walked in as a janitor at one of the studios and put a pineapple with his script inside the pineapple on everyone's desk. And so the people came in for their shift. opened up the pineapple, got the script. It finally got picked up from someone sitting at a desk, and his show took off.
That's fucking
So,
good.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? He never gave up. Like, I got to give him that. Like,
That's a
So
lot of
he's
pineapple.
in with the swingers. He couldn't make it in with the monogamous crowd. He said, "You know what? I'm going to use the secret symbol of
Whoa, that
pineapple
was
that
stupid
identifies
loud.
me as a swinger."
Calm.
but
He
yeah,
got
no,
in.
like,
Got in there. It's possible.
he did some good things. He did some bad things, but everybody has done some bad things. Like, look
And he's
at the
married to a
Room.
beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. For however long it was, I don't know. What was her name again? The girl from E.T.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barry.
Bear Drewymore.
Barry Drew and more Mary Drew Barry Drew.
I saw this. Talking about classic stuff. We got Tim Allen returning to ABC for a new sitcom.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
Tom Green Show. It's not the Green Tom Show.
I saw an article said something about CBS offered him $1 billion to make a show, which I don't know where they came.
$1 billion.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I was trying to find the article to see what they were talking about.
It's time. Bring back the Tim Allen. Bring him back. It's time.
Tim Allen and
Yeah,
Richard
but
Karn, I
bring
guess.
back Home Improvement.
Well, okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Don't give me another.
Oh yeah, what was that show?
another
Last Man
show
Standing
and then-
was good. I liked Last Man Standing.
I bet you it's gonna be. I bet you it's not. I bet you it's gonna be a multicam. I bet. Wait, no, single cam. I bet it's gonna be single cam, like Modern Family. I bet you they're not gonna do it like a classic sitcom. I wish they would. Wouldn't you love to see it? I mean, is that dead? Is that dead now?
I don't know. It says here, Tim Allen returns to TV with Shifting Gears is the name of the.
Are there any popular sitcoms?
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think so. Not
The
anymore.
series revolves
Shameless
around
doesn't have a live audience.
the multi-camera comedy show.
So it is gonna be multi-camera. Okay, all right.
Yay.
We'll pilot on the Disney-owned broadcast network. The series revolves around the character of Matt, played by Allen, who described as a stubborn, widowed owner of a classic car registration.
Okay. Okay.
The plot thickens when Matt's daughter, with whom he's found himself
Boo.
estranged, moves into his house alongside her
Boo,
kids,
the daughter.
Jerry.
causing
He
Matt
is
to
the
change his
fetus.
outlook on life and begin restoring his own.
Oh, it's always the daughter.
It's a redemption.
So
arc.
when I
Wait,
was bartending my way through college in Los Angeles, I was bartending the Asian Film Festival at the Directors Guild of America in downtown Hollywood, and I was working at the Wells Fargo VIP bar, and who walks up? This is my only Hollywood celebrity story for like actual interaction, personable talking with a person like a normal person. And Jill, the mom from Home Improvement,
Oh
walks
my
up.
God, yeah.
And she's got a
so-
stainless steel tumbler with her, and
Oh.
she walks up and she asks for one of the little mini Pepsis, and I'm like, "Would you like some soju with that?" That's the alcohol we were pushing of the night, and she's like, "Oh no, I've got mono, honey, very very contagious," and then grabs my ice scoop and puts ice into her little stainless steel deal or whatever, and I set the Pepsi on the bar so she can grab the Pepsi from the bar. She ain't touching my hand. But she stood there for a good 5 to 10 minutes speaking with me about all of the research that she had done about mono and how contagious it was. And she's going
Oh,
on
really?
and how hard it's been for her because of her social functions and like everything that she's got a very busy schedule and she's constantly got to go and do and be around people. So being aware not to spread it to herself. And she's like, I can re-get it again. People re-get it themselves. They give themselves mono back to themselves. The whole time I'm just staring at my ice scoop like, holy fuck, she touched my ice scoop. You know what I mean? Like it was a big, I don't know. And then she walked away and I switched my ice scoop out. I was like, holy fuck, I just talked to a celebrity. Let's go.
Yes.
That's pretty
Who
cool.
was that again?
That is
Who
really
was-
cool.
The mom from Home Improvement. Jill.
Oh, okay, Jill.
Yeah.
So
What's
I
her
found-
what's her
Really
name?
down-to-earth lady.
Shout out her name. She's got a great name. What's her name?
Yeah.
Jill from Home Improvement.
Google's faster. Patricia Richards.
Yes, Patricia Richardson. Is it Richards or Richardson?
Richardson.
Yeah, Patricia Richardson. She was great. She was so
Oh.
funny. Do you remember she's always like, Tim.
So she shows up. Yeah, she shows up.
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
Last Man Standing as like a neighbor or something.
She's great.
Does she
So
really?
the daughter
When she
is
shows
going to
up,
be played by Kat Dennings.
Oh, okay.
No
All
way.
right.
He's back on board for the daughter again, guys. He's
Oh,
back on
that's
board with the
great.
daughter.
No, she's fantastic. She'll
I
be
do think so. Yeah.
good for them. Oh, that's excellent. That's great. Kat Dennings, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So ABC's Channel 7.
So we'll see.
That's actually
Kat Dennings has never played a mom character though. She's always played like the.
She was
goosey,
in,
side character kind of. The Two
Scarlet
Road
Witch.
Girls.
she was in
Oh, yeah.
WandaVision, right? I loved WandaVision.
I didn't watch WandaVision. She was
WandaVision
in
was
Thor.
really good.
It was.
She
Dubs,
started
you
out
like
in
you
Thor.
guys are yeah.
Oh,
New-
WandaVision. I like WandaVision a lot more than Loki.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
I
Not even
turned
close.
off Loki. I
not
didn't
even
finish
close.
it. WandaVision was excellent.
Nemo, what's your take on WandaVision?
Never watched it. Probably won't.
It's such an awesome experience of genre. It's
Mhm.
like it's one of the most mind-blowing things. I can't believe they pulled it off. I just think it's awesome. It's there's so many moments. It's like Truman Show, Groundhog Day. It's like there's so many moments in it where you're like, how did this get made? I mean, every episode is a different genre of television that we all know. Like it's so
Kinda selling
cool.
it to me.
It's so
Kind of selling
cool.
it to me. I avoided it for that. For that reason, but it does actually
great.
sound pretty neat to see all the different genres.
Oh, it's great.
What's
Oh
that
my
on?
god, it's
It's
just
like watching
unbelievable.
Pleasantville all over again.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that Amazon or
That's Disney Plus.
Disney Plus? Cool.
It's so satisfying because you're so like as the audience we know, right? So one of my favorite things in any kind of context is that when the audience knows something that the characters don't. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
we know they're in a different genre, but they don't, right? So like we see them go through like all these strange genres and you're like, what's going on? What is happening? Not to mention what's her name is so funny. There's a star maker turn for her, the villain, the witch. What's her name?
Yeah.
Agatha, right?
Yeah.
Is the character name. I don't know the actress's name.
She's terrific. And
Well, see, and now they did the trailer for the Agatha series that's
Yep.
coming out too.
are you guys Severance fans too? I'm a huge Severance fan. I
Wait, is
love
that
Severance.
like a Western?
That's the Apple TV, the one where with Michael Scott. No, right? No, Michael with
I don't have
it's-
Apple TV. I unsubscribe from almost everything. So it's-
For the most
I don't-
part, I pirate shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way, kind of.
Arr.
Yar har.
Check out Severance, guys. That's a mind fuck that you will absolutely be glad that you did. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Severance?
I'm interested. Yeah, this Tim Allen show should be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's gonna be awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like I said,
that's gonna be awesome.
it's gonna be weird to see. Like I said, Kat Dennings is playing. It in the description, it said it's his daughter, but with her 2 kids or something like that. So she's gonna be playing a mother character, which is weird. Never really seen her play that kind of role. I don't guess.
Yeah.
Most of her more popular roles.
She's great. She's so funny.
Yeah. That's gonna be good.
Oh yeah,
What else do we got?
got a Barker.
We do have several new trailers. We have a trailer that was released. The last trailer released 9 hours ago.
Well, here's
Wolverine,
But
Deadpool.
here's a good question, guys, though. Isn't yes or no main dub Nemo and Eclipticus when he comes back? Isn't the greatest thing you can say about a trailer is that you turn it off like halfway or almost done because you don't want it to be ruined?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. Like I want to watch these, and I kind of want to watch these on stream, but at the same time, I kind of just want to watch the movie now. Like I don't.
Yeah,
really
that's the thing. It's
wanna
like
see what the trailers
I'll
anymore.
the last trailer I turned off because I was so excited, and I know it's not like the most popular thing, but the de-aging Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Zemeckis here, like I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna love this because it's like that's gonna be such an Oscar bait sort of pandering drama, but it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. So my thought is that it's fixed camera the entire time with maybe zoom ins and pans, but it never moves. Like, and I think that's the idea. Like,
Yeah.
It's just going to be such a weird, crazy picture that never gets made if it's not Bob Zemeckis being like, let's do this. Like it's Eric Roth, the guy who did Forrest Gump and Killers of the Flower Moon and all that stuff. It's just a good thing, and then you can actually imagine what it would be like if Forrest and Jenny actually got married. I'm gonna love
it. Forrest and Jenny. Jenny was the biggest villain of the whole.
Oh, nice. That's a good hot take.
That's a good take.
That always kind of pissed me off because I'm like, bitch, you got this man who is literally running around.
Friend zoned the shit out of him.
You had his kid and you didn't say shit all the way up until you're like, I'm dying. I want to spend my last couple of days with you. Like, bitch, really?
The real tie-in would have been if they had made Philadelphia a tie-in with Forrest Gump, where Jenny gave Forrest AIDS, and that's how Forrest got AIDS. You know, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Jenny, you gave me AIDS. Jenny,
I'm too Canadian for this conversation.
Jenny, the doctor said you gave me AIDS. You gave me AIDS, Jenny. Jenny, you gave me AIDS.
He said I have AIDS, but I don't
another
see
way to look
nobody
at it
in
as maybe the most motivating factor in his life. Jenny isn't maybe necessarily the villain. He literally did more than the average human ever does in their entire lives. In the books, he even went to the moon and came back. Like, he did a whole bunch of extra shit. They didn't even put in the movie.
And it turned out, and it turned out after that night with Jenny, the doctor said I got AIDS. and that actually was a bad disease to get.
and he told me, and my computer said, you got mail.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go on.
We'll just cross over all of them.
Yeah.
And then I got lost on an island where I talked to a volleyball.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
With AIDS.
And Wilson got me AIDS.
I gotta hear him say Wilson as Forrest. I gotta hear it.
And turned out that volleyball was so nice. I called him Wilson. He was my friend. I love Forrest Gump. Hey guys, I love Forrest Gump. I actually saw Forrest Gump less than a year ago, and I was near Savannah where they shot it, and I actually went to where they had the park bench, and I relived the moments. And as Forrest, it was great.
Bring chocolates.
Right, like a box of chocolates.
Yeah,
I used to watch that movie like every other week when I was younger because it was one of the few things that my
never
grandma
watched
had
it.
besides like Major Pain. I fucking love that movie too.
That's gonna live rent free in my head for a while. John, you got me
John,
AIDS. You got me AIDS, John.
I've never watched it from start to finish. I've only seen bits and pieces off the TV.
Oh, you have got to watch it. It is an amazing film. I love that thing. Anytime I see it come on, I'm like, stay.
There's
always
always every time
years. I just never watched.
Every time you watch it, there's always one thing you forgot. That's the best part of the movie is that like when you watch it, there's always one thing where you're like, oh right, and then he does this.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, my favorite part is probably the when he's in the hospital. I got shot in the buttocks.
That was actually the part I was thinking about. It was like the whole ping pong stuff. I'm always like, oh right, and then he does ping pong, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite little lines to use from that movie and just general passing whenever I can when there's a seat and anything involved with the seat, I'm like, seats taken.
Yes.
So that's all, seats taken. And you can
Yes.
say it in any kind of accent. People are like, I know what that's from. He's on the bus.
Yes.
And that's how we want to see that.
And Gary Sinise in that movie, how good he is.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Was that Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan? He didn't got no legs.
He ain't got no legs.
I was supposed to die, Forrest. I was supposed to die.
Yo, has anyone seen the movie Kids?
Oh shit.
So speaking of AIDS, it involved the main character named Casper. And it by far was the most graphic movie.
Shit. Here we go again.
Emo,
AIDS, but no,
I
so this guy Casper he would fuck virgins. That's what the thing was. He only wanted to have sex with virgins, and it was like he was like so New York hood, and he was like they were going around. So this ties in the last topic in two ways: one with the AIDS and one with the no legs. And so eventually he gets AIDS, but he gets AIDS, and he's still going around with trying to deflower young ladies.
He wants his 79 virgins.
He impregnates. He gives virgin AIDS. That's what the movie alludes to because it's her first time, and now you discover that he had AIDS in the movie. So it made you really think as a kid. You're like, I ain't fucking ever having sex. I'm gonna get the AIDS. But the fucking thing that lives rent free, besides like titties and sex and boobs and maybe even a penis, was in that movie. The first time I've seen a lot of shit, right? The part that lives rent free in my head forever is they're on the subway in New York, like when they're going to one of these girls' house or whatever, and a dude with no legs, he's like cut off from the waist down. Like he is just barely a little bit of a torso of a dude. He's just the head and the little torso part, like, and then
he ain't got no butt.
He don't have like a stomach much. He's not much to him. It just ends right there. And he's on the skateboard going down the middle of the subway, pushing himself with his hands, going, I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. And it's like a real dude. Like, that's not a special effect. Like, that guy was probably really doing that at the time.
So lost now.
And they're like,
I'm so lost. I looked away for a second and let Eli go. And
I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. I didn't know that people could survive with that little bit of a body. Like, I thought you needed more. I thought you had to have more stuff to do stuff.
Why don't you get
Jill?
Is this
more
the...
stuff?
Wow. This is the same woman, huh?
Yeah, it's a live reporter.
Multiple videos like
They got a whole bunch of shitty streets there, huh?
Yeah, and she keeps forgetting to turn her mic on. I don't know why she keeps calling it.
Ellipticus, don't stop now. Talk about Requiem for a Dream. Well, go ahead and just talk about
Bumby Road.
I actually have another like blast from the past kind of thing.
Requiem from Dreams.
So this is a video game though. We got a trailer here for. Where did my? Oh crap! I closed it. Hang on.
It ran away.
The suspenders. I mean, Spence.
Hang on. I closed the screen share thing.
Hi.
There we go. That's back. So we got a Double Dragon.
Shit!
Remake.
That's cool.
Let's go!
Revived. Oh, look at this shit.
Oh shit! They look like a JoJo character.
So this is like Street Fighter 6.
Dude, this was a classic arcade game. You would put
Super classic arcade game.
Me and my brother love playing Double Dragon.
I love Double, and the music was so good too.
It was. Shit, catchy as shit.
Well, so me and Nemo played I've got the side scroller Ninja Turtle game, the new one. So yeah, so coming out in 2025. So that's super interesting to me. Like, I just
2025. Jesus.
I gotta tell my brother Dragson about that. I think I just heard his voice.
But yeah, no, the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Show a trailer for that. I don't know about that.
The music has all been like, it is fantastic.
Turtles and I'll have show. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
They're really great.
This is from 2 years ago.
And they green.
Give me a break.
Is this on PS5?
I think it's on everything. Yeah.
PC, Steam, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass, as well as PlayStation 5.
So yeah, it's super fun. You get to play as all the turtles. April's in it, Splinter, Casey Jones, and then now there's DLC characters too you can play as. It's pretty awesome though. Like I said, every level has a different song, but they all reminiscent of the actual '90s Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Arcade game too, yeah. This was a classic arcade game. I'd put quarters in.
I miss going to the arcade.
They got
I know.
$20. for about 3 hours until they close, basically from when they open till they close. Unlimited, and you can just play all the stuff in there that they have. You don't have to like keep putting money in tokens and stuff. I was like, that's really good for me because I will die a lot on some games at first, and then when I finally get it, I run out of money. I'm like, oh fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine going to an arcade now with a debit card or a credit card instead of like?
I went to an arcade recently, and it was pretty fucking sad. You could not use actual money. You did actually have to use your debit card to get like this little token card.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, you can put more tokens on it. And as long as the paper's not filled, you can still put more tokens on it. I'm like, okay, but what if I just went like $5? No, it only goes in 10, 25, and 50. And I'm like, god damn.
So
they
there's
had like 4 working machines, one of them being a Halo thing, and everything else was broken. And if it was broken, they're like, oh, well, tough shit. You should have checked beforehand.
There's a concept that I've seen. There's a concept that I've seen that sounds pretty cool, where it's like a big arcade and you pay like $20 or $30 like a door fee.
Yeah.
But all the machines are free while you're in there, or whatever.
That's a really good idea. I've never heard of that.
So like carnival armbands type thing.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's what he was. Yeah,
bro, I'd be down for that.
It's a great thing. It's really awesome. I've been doing one of those, and it's really good. And and plus they've got all the consoles on every TV as well, so you can do stand up. You can do box games, but you can also do all the consoles. It's so great.
I wanted to start an arcade or a barcade or something, for adults that come in, have a beer or whatever. Too.
Yeah.
But also do
do that for years.
like a VR booth or something where
Yeah.
give people the chance to actually like mess around with a VR headset and stuff.
There's some Airbnbs in Fayetteville, and they're all arcade themed. It's like the guy owns this whole building, and he split it into little mini condos, and each one has like different arcade games in it, and it's like a retro themed Airbnb. It's
that's cool.
And being the big like anime fan that I am, like the Japanese like karaoke booths is such a like it's not really a thing here, but like that would be really neat here. Like you and 5 or 6 or 10 people or whatever rent out a booth, and then
there's actually a couple of places like that around where I live. There's a card shop about an hour or so away. They actively have they've had to move, so I don't know if they still have the same rooms, but they would have little sectioned off areas. Okay, here's the VR room. We have 2 to 3 VR headsets. You can bring in your own. Here's the PlayStation room. Here's the Xbox room. It was actually pretty fucking cool. And then at the same time, they're still doing like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. So they had that shit planned.
Yes.
That's super neat. Like we need more of that stuff.
This place, I just walked by this place recently, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, cool.
It's a burger place, but when you sit down, each like table has its own like video game setup. Just click that X off that thing. Yeah.
Oh, there's the X.
There you go.
I couldn't find the clothes thing. I was like, I couldn't see it.
Yeah, and so like you get burgers, and then you sit down with your food and play video games.
Dude,
This looks so good. The food looks good. Shit.
Yeah,
Where's the?
They should have a gallery so you can see what it looks like inside.
Awesome.
But it looks like it. I was like, what?
I used to live by a place that kind of had.
Yeah,
that.
look at this. Look at this shit. You get this, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like so.
Oh yeah, no, that is definitely set up
this is
way
sick.
better. It's about the same size though. Funny enough, as the place that I remember. It was it was called Surfside Burger Shack, and they had like a. You could do like the 2 to 4 man Pac-Man and shit. It was very tiny, but
Oh, this is cool. Each table, that's
I would
Those
love
look like
to go
In-N-Out
there.
burgers.
It do. It looked tasty.
God, that looks so fun. The
I
problem
can
is
just
like,
picture the owner sitting at the other side of the counter, making sure people are using wipes for their hands after they eat their chicken wings.
Well, that's why I don't know if you noticed, but that's why they look like pretty generic controllers. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
They're
they got
definitely
them
not-
basic
Those are
hollow
the
sounding
cheapest-
ones. When you
Those
pick
are
them up, they start to
emu.
crack.
Yeah, Chinese for
Temu.
sure. So,
Wish.
that way, when they're after like the 3rd or 4th customer, they just pitch them like they just replace the controllers once a day.
Put it in a crusher and call it a day.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
dip
right.
them in sanitizer. Got a
Look
giant
how it
bucket
was.
of sanitizer.
growing up with my brother, there was one good controller, and we'd fight over. You've had the
Right.
good controller now.
Yep.
That's
Of
why you
course.
keep winning. Switch.
That was me and my brother every time, especially with the
Yeah.
fucking N64 because we could never find extra controllers for it.
Yeah.
So we had like one that was super good and the other one, the fucking the stick, it was just kind of lay there and flop about. So I learned how to use the damn thing to the point that he was like, "No, there's no way that you can actually you're not using it that way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not right." So he grabbed it and I'm like, "Awesome, now I have the good controller." And he's like, "You bitch."
I win either way.
Exactly.
Every now and then, one of our N64 controllers would get like a yeast infection, where like this
Oh.
weird like white stuff would collect around the,
Yeast infection is such a weird.
and we'd be like, what in the fuck? Like, what is this? What's wrong? Like, what's going on?
Burn it.
Bad.
Did you try giving some cranberry juice and some yogurt to the controller?
That's interesting that you mentioned that because a lot of people don't know. Of course, we've got to bring up aliens. The Nintendo 64 controller was actually meant for a planet that a species that had three arms, but before the shipment had already been sent out, and before it could reach the planet, natural disaster occurred. The planet was wiped out, and
Happy
Nintendo,
freeze a day.
of course, doesn't want to lose any profits. So they just shipped it to Earth. So we have the Nintendo 64.
That makes so much sense because of the 3 grips that does
Yeah.
right there.
There were
Yeah.
3-handers.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
talking
to
to-
that planet, by the way.
Yeah. R.I.P. that planet. Sorry about that. You're right. R.I.P. that planet, guys.
The
It must be Krypton.
Krypton. Kryptonians didn't have extra limbs.
Didn't they-
Come on, Superman fan.
Isn't that one of the
Hey,
things
hey.
in Star Wars? Isn't that one of the things in Star Wars they don't talk about enough? Is that they made Leia watch her planet get destroyed? They like,
Oh,
Yes.
Right.
That
they're
is
like,
like
yeah.
that's one of the few things I
torturous.
remember from Star Wars because
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan.
No wonder
But
she kissed
That
her brother.
part was so fucked up. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Talking about Krypton and Superman again, it reminded me. I had an idea the other day that I thought would be a awesome game. So, Henry, are you familiar with No Man's Sky,
Yeah.
the space game?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what if we did a space game like No Man's Sky, but every time you flew to a different galaxy or whatever, like the color of the sun would affect your player character, like how Superman's the yellow sun affects Superman or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you can have like different powers in each different galaxy or whatever, and it's still like a space exploration builder style game, but like maybe one you get super strength and you can like carry around giant boulders and stuff, but then in other planets you're super weak, so you got to like build a forklift.
That's
or whatever
great.
to,
Yeah, that's
Interesting
absolutely
that you
great.
mentioned that because that's actually an active working theory for ancient alien.
you're off in a different thing again, huh?
No, literally, that is a theory that ancient aliens theorists subscribe to. That ancient aliens came here from other star systems, and because of our star, just like the story of Superman, they were able to have different effects, different powers, things that just basically weren't looking for regular people. And then they go on to say that was all the gods and what have you from before.
Yeah. Well, it's
But I mean,
very-
imagine you were living on the moon and an astronaut from Earth lands on the moon. Are you been living on the moon, conditioned to the moon? You are not going to bounce the way the astronaut bounces. I'm not sure how that works, but like imagine someone from like a higher gravity coming to your lower gravity world. Their muscles and they're made for. Okay, I'll shut up. Bye.
No,
Yeah, they'd definitely
no,
be.
no.
It's definitely the point. Like, yeah, they'd definitely be more dense or whatever. But yeah, to me, I don't know. I just thought that'd be a cool game concept. Everybody's like talking about what. My camera is like, it's lagging on
Crunchy.
me. Yeah, I don't know. Like my CPU usage is super high for some reason. I'm gonna close Firefox for now. Maybe Discord too. I don't know. I don't know why my CPU usage is super high right now.
Because it can.
I guess maybe it's I don't know, maybe some recording and all the other things I'm doing. I didn't notice I had a problem with it last time. But anyway, yeah, no, we're talking about like new ideas for games and stuff like that. Well, space exploration is not. That's more of a genre than it is like a story beat or whatever. So it's not really. You're not really remaking anything. but you're adding to that genre or whatever,
What
and
genre?
approaching it in different ways and stuff. I think that's, I don't know, a cool concept in my brain.
I was thinking.
I like it.
No, I like that very much. I like that very much. I think it's a really good idea.
I'm a fan of any type of anything that you're putting in a movie, in a game, in a show. The way Star Trek did it versus the way Star Wars did it, where it's like, don't just put it up there and I just have to accept it as being something. Like, actually try to, like, science fiction, like, try to envision the future, you know, in a real possible way. Something like, I don't want to see people walking on the outside of spaceships because we know that they can't do that. Like,
So
don't do that in the movie. Thank you.
To me, I think that's where, like, the first Iron Man movies did a lot of good in, like, selling that, like, Tony goes through all this process to build the Iron Man suit, like these, like, failures or whatever, and then sciences his way into how it actually works. And I think that's why a lot of the newer stuff is kind of failing, because they don't take time to really
They're not
Marvel-
fleshing out their ideas.
Well, yeah. Well, Miss Marvel is kind of like, well, she gets alien blood in her or something. I forget the even origin of it. That's Captain Marvel.
Spoiler alerts! There's a 1997
Was
Honda
it-
Civic coming down the freeway with a huge spoiler on it.
Stuff like that. Just like they don't take the time and really make the part of the movie explained now, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
they're super powered, and here we go. And I don't know.
I like to, like, believe. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's fantasy, but, like, create some bullshit ass science that makes it sound believable to me.
Batman
So that I
Begins.
can believe it.
Christian Bale, Batman Begins, where he, like,
That's the best. No,
Yeah.
that the Batman Begins is so good because of that exact reason. That's why it's so good. In fact, like, I'll never forget, like, when he tries out his prototype suit and he falls down that brick building, like, like the fire, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, of course that is what would have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they totally lose that. They totally lose that by the third one. In fact, when he comes back from that, like, desert prison and he scares all the criminals by having the bat signal on top of the Brooklyn Bridge or the Gotham Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Like that's an example of, like, how did he get that? He had that, what, a fuel stencil? Who put the fuel stencil on there? And how did he activate it? And, like, what, like, who did he have people to do it? Like,
well,
they
Yeah.
So,
Really.
I thought he
Fresh out of the desert.
I thought
Fresh out of the
I
desert.
thought he, like, did like lighter fluid on the ground, and then gives Commissioner Gordon a flare, and then didn't he light it or something?
There's
Like,
a
that was on the
stencil
ice
on
or
the
something.
there's a stencil of the bat signal on the Gotham Bridge, right? And that had to have been some sort of very thick combustible adhesive that would have had to have been either stenciled out or affixed to the bridge, right? So when did he do that?
Vaseline.
When did
Oh yeah,
do
he
it?
was definitely had the window washer scaffolding out there,
Yeah.
painting the bat symbol.
Did he
on it.
get no? Listen, and I'm fine with that if he's got a Batman drone. Then he get the drone
Right.
does it. It sprays some sort of thing, and then it's triggered by some sort of remote ignition.
But that's
But you-
Batman's whole thing. Let me know how he did it.
Show me how he did it. Show me how he did it. Like, don't. That's cheap. That's cheap, Nolan. It's fucking cheap, Nolan.
Show me the
Yeah.
money.
Oh,
you
me the
think-
money. He
but-
bypassed the whole tool belt, the utility belt. He's like, we don't need to put it in the belt. Yes.
I don't think shark repellent was going to help him at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
So
That's
yeah.
Twitter talk. That's Twitter talk.
So in 3, they definitely
Nice.
bypassed some of the stuff, because I can remember in 2, like, they had the program that, like, searched everybody's phone trying to find the Joker or whatever.
Oh, that was so
Right.
cool. Wow, what a
Yeah.
great visual
Which is-
memory. I love that scene when they hacked into everybody's shit and he could see.
Yeah, which
the
is exactly
actual
what our government
hack.
has on us right now.
Oh, that was
You
so
know what I mean?
cool.
Like, that's a
Hi,
real
FBI
thing. That, like,
guy.
yeah, that's a real thing that our each individual agent assigned to us is.
Remember to always say good night and I love you to your FBI guy so they're not
Yeah.
lonely.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean,
Hello, this
yeah,
is
the
I
Kurt.
third
actually
one they
imagine
definitely
my
cut
FBI
corners. The
guy's
third
a
one was
furry.
definitely the weakest one of the 3.
Oh, sorry.
Is he just a furry or is he a what is it, a Therian?
I don't know what that is, and you're gonna teach me, please.
It's basically a furry on crack. They think they are furry, in fact, they're to the point they're like, they identify as fur. It's hard to explain.
Like they think they're an animal?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
They
understand
are
that.
dog. They speak in howls, meows, and chirps. And I'm looking at them going, okay, look, I know we're all a little autistic, but honey, please.
Hunty, come over here. Well, you know what?
We got to go down the path of Old Yeller. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Things going wrong. Let's go visit the backyard. Look at the nice, pretty thing. Look, let's go to Disneyland. Look at Mickey Mouse. Say hi to Mickey.
You know what is funny is Timu showed me a face mask once, and it was like a dog, like a leather dog mask.
Don't do it,
Don't
please.
get on Temu, man. Don't.
And I
do
clicked
Temu.
on it, and I'm
That's what I'm
looking
saying.
at it, and I'm like going through the picture. I'm like, what the? And then I'm like, oh, I clicked on it. And then for like 2 or 3 days, every once in a while when I'm going through stuff, they'd be like,
The algorithm.
the masks would get weirder and weirder. And I'm like, I should have never. No, I'm here for
The algorithm updates quick on them. I can remember Wish. I had the most fun just scrolling through Wish and looking at all the like
Oh,
crazy, like the crazy sex toys that would pop up on it. I'm like, what is this? Like, I never searched for any of these things, but like, I just sit around and just scroll through them. I'm like, people actually buy this stuff?
Oh, it's a huge industry. They say the future of technology on a consumer level, on its next 20 to 30 year basis for the average consumer is going to see the most growth through technology in the adult industries, in the porn industry.
Well, that's been
and
the
the
thing.
self-pleasure bots and the robots that you can
That's
live
been-
with, like an
Porn
actual.
is what's driven most of technology,
partner.
like internet and like DVDs and stuff like that was
Yeah.
because of.
So it's an exciting time to live if you are the average Twitch viewer.
Well, it's like it's it's like when they
Calling
first
out
came
my
up
chat like that.
with like
Hey!
stick. They're like look at this. Here's a stick. There's a stick figure, and it deals blackjack, and it's in like 4-bit. You know what I mean? It runs on a floppy hard drive, and then the guy's like, great. Well, can we give it tits? Can we give it tits and the tits shake every time and then she fucks somebody?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's
is the progression of everything. Yeah.
that's how it's always like that. It's
Now
always,
we got a real story about the revolution.
yeah. It's literally always like that. It's how it
Till
always
these
is.
feminists come in and have ruined everything now.
As South Park would say, put a chick in it and make her freaking gay.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Oh my God, South Park is still the best. At this
Oh,
point.
by the way, here's the definition for you, Eli. I wound up Googling it.
Thank you. In general, furries are individuals who say they. Oh, there goes. Go back.
He can
I'm in
stay
full
there.
screen. I was in full screen. In general, furries are individuals who say they are furries. Therian are individuals who believe they are not completely human and instead identify as a species of non-human animal. Otherkin are individuals who believe they are not completely human and instead identify as a mythical or fantasy-based being.
That's just somebody who doesn't accept reality. Let's be honest here.
Yep. I gotta say though, listening to the different lists because it mentions the otherkins. I started learning about these a couple of years ago. I have never laughed so fucking hard. Okay,
Otherkin.
because one of the first ones that came up, Wormkin, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that some kind of new Pokemon or some shit? So I looked it up. Dude thinks he's a worm. He's like, I believe if I wish hard enough in my mind, God will grant me the powers to become a worm. And I'm like,
Hey.
really?
He might be a worm in his next lifetime. There's literally whole segments of the planet that avoid coming back as worms. But if you want to be a worm, I bet you it's available for you.
You know what? Here's the craziest part. Is
This lifetime.
a lot of crazy people on the internet, it turns out, and then they record themselves doing these.
I just
crazy
thank
things
God they
and
only live on
post
the
them
internet, man. I don't have to worry when I'm out in public.
And then they
Oh,
wonder why people are so concerned for them and asking, honey, are you okay? You seem a little lost. Where's your parents?
To me though, here's my boomer take, or maybe I don't know, but like
Oh no, he's
The
showing
kid-
his age.
the kid that says it, like he tells his parents like I'm a cat, and then the father says, "Well, get the hell out of the outside because we don't allow pets in the house."
Oh,
Like that. That's to me. That's like, yeah, you're not you can sleep outside like a cat does, or you can stop pretending to be ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like how far would they want to take it though? Because there are, I bet you, some cat foods that would have enough nutrition, but like certain things that you would choose to be, I don't know, like a worm.
So
If you really took being a worm hardcore, there comes a level of self-harm that I would be worried about if someone in my
Dude
family.
buries
First thing I
himself?
would be worried about is like, are you eating sand again? You know what I mean? Because that's not
No.
good for you, Billy. You can't eat
the person
fucking
that
sand.
wants-
I don't care
the
if you want to
pers-
be a worm. Quit eating fucking sand.
here's
the
the
person
thing.
that wants to be a worm is definitely going to bury themselves alive. Let's be
Here's-
honest here.
Oh,
Here's
fuck.
the thing, though.
That
That-
was
The theory and otherkin whatever thing goes a little further than you'd think because they started putting litter boxes in schools.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that to me, that's completely ridiculous and it's unacceptable.
I'm still
Do they
waiting for
have
the
to
day they
do-
put in
do they
fire
have to-
hydrants for the dogkins.
Do they have to pick their own
Unacceptable.
poop up, or does somebody else? Clean that
No,
little
no,
box?
the janitor has to do it as far as I understand. They just have
no.
giant human-sized litter boxes, and I'm sitting there going, if
No,
so,
they don't.
so help me God, if I ever see someone squatting over a giant litter box,
Dude, you're a
I'm-
father as well, correct?
I'm plucking out my eyes.
I just give him a treat. I just say, "Good." I say, "Here's a treat. Do you like this? You eat
I
this
got
We
treat."
don't, we don't do head pats for that. No.
Good
Dude,
kid.
Dubes, you're a father, correct?
Yes.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. You wouldn't let your kid be an animal like that, would you?
Would you ever let your kid shit in a giant cat box?
No.
What
Oh,
about
you
the
guys-
sandbox? It's basically the
What-
same thing.
What happens in college can stay in college.
If you're 18, fine, totally fine. If you're trying to raise a child that does that, that's not acceptable.
This reminds me of a
Not
great
to-
story. Earlier today, my son was so cute. He asked me, "Oh, sorry,
Oh, wait a second.
already did that bit."
Why did no one correct me when I kept calling Dubes Dubs? I called Dubs like Dubes Dubs like several times. No one cared. They just
Because
wouldn't
he's
let
dubstep. Hey.
no one. Everyone.
Actually, I didn't want to interrupt you as you were going, and I leave it open. And I didn't interrupt you when you were talking to me about Eclipticus. I get called Eucalyptus. I get called Ecliptical. I get called Eclipse a lot. So I'm just
I just
kind
call
of-
him Eli.
Yeah, just kind of I think there's usually appropriate times,
Yeah,
because
well, that's nice.
you lose the content and you lose the direction of where someone was going by correcting people sometimes. And it's like right now, we're going to spend time talking about it. Anybody watching, that's not fucking Dubs, and they're going to remember that for the rest of their lives as compared to, not so.
Dubes.
I
Mr.
mean,
Dubs.
Now they're
What
going to
if-
start calling me Mr. Dubé.
Where does the
hey,
name come
Big
from?
pick there, eh?
What, Dubes?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just my last name. It's just like a shorter,
Okay.
I just gave it my own little twist.
Nice.
Name.
Normally, there's a story behind most like internet persona names or whatever.
bruh, I never had one, but I admit one person wound up coming up to me and they're like, "How did you make your name?" I'm like, "Duh." They're like, "It sounds like a Japanese cupcake," and I'm like, "That's my backstory now. I am a Japanese
There you
cupcake."
go. Yes.
Nemo Mimi, Japanese cupcake.
Turns out Nemo Mimi actually means ear in Japanese, and so turns out, yeah, go figure. I'm an elf with big ears, and the name Nemo Mimi means ear.
Wow.
I
It has
love
been
this
something that
scene.
lives in the back of my mind
I love this.
for years.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, and I've told a story on a different podcast too. Where Intelligent Aces was actually the first thing I came up with, and Mayonnaise Chase spawned off of that.
Oh.
Man.
Every time you say it fast, I hear mayonnaise.
And I know I need a mayonnaise jar email.
I was gonna do a whole bit on it. I was gonna stream first and then raid in, but then the press conference got delayed, and I couldn't miss it because I really thought there was a chance he was gonna say I'm stepping aside. But what a crazy thing.
I didn't watch it. Yeah,
But I was
shit,
gonna
there was a
I was gonna
movie?
do I was gonna do a bunch of mayonnaise stuff on
Yeah.
on the stream today. Yeah.
I definitely I've thought about it. I want a mayonnaise emote, and then I also thought about doing like a PNG, basically like a picture, whatever, of a mayonnaise jar with my
Yeah.
face on it.
Yes.
I can easily try and make you some very weirdly detailed mayonnaise jars if you want.
Yeah,
Nice.
I need something like that. Yeah,
I was here. I was here when it happened.
you got mayonnaise chase has been a.
What's
It's gonna be a
good
mayonnaise
about
jar with lettuce.
I had nothing really good about mayonnaise. I'll be honest with you.
I can't eat it, so I like.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't really.
Oh, that's right. You're allergic to eggs. I forgot.
Oh shit!
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't live without it.
I mean,
Uh,
I gotta have it
it's-
on sandwiches, and it's really good on chicken.
Oh,
But I can't say that I'm not like a certain Russian YouTuber whose name is the Life of Boris. Dude literally eats mayonnaise out of the jar.
if it works for him,
I,
if he's getting viewers, more power to
He,
him.
he's learned to make his own mayonnaise.
He should try. He
That's
should
not
try.
mayonnaise.
Next thing he should do is he should pretend he has cancer and eat mayonnaise and see how that goes.
No,
Too
instead he's just like he is Slav king. He eat mayonnaise.
Oh, I did have one thing that I remember over the week that I wanted to bring up today that almost got away.
Oh.
So we did mention the
Puppy.
Doctor disrespect thing
Yeah.
briefly
Oh, yeah, you
in a
should
previous
Last 2 weeks ago,
episodes. And so this is probably one of the worst thought out DLCs out there.
No.
Yes, but they did make a Doctor Disrespect DLC.
you should be able to share your screen with me.
Disrespect. I don't even have it. I don't have anything up, but this was for.
Bath.
Puppy.
You want to take a bath, Ajax? Yeah, I didn't think so.
This is
That
for a
look
game
like- no.
called. This is for a game called Predators Hunting Grounds,
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
and there was.
It took me a second for the irony to hit me. Yeah.
There was a DLC that came out, and basically you have his skin and your Doctor Disrespect in the DLC for a game called Predator Hunting Grounds, where you can run around as Doctor Disrespect.
So, are you familiar with the story, Henry?
And mayhem.
Yeah,
Doctor
Yeah.
Disrespect to the minor thing or whatever. He went down.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a little short that came across my social medias that
That's
I
pretty
saw
funny. Yeah.
as I was doom scrolling, and I was like,
Well,
you know what?
we're
I'll bring that up.
still out on the like. I don't know. Like he came out and said that he talked to a minor, then disappeared. Now everybody's dropped him, but I don't really know. It's still. I'm not trying to defend the man or whatever, but there's still like a lot of allegations and not, no court cases.
Wait until a lot of the dust settles and then have your final judgment. For the most part, though, icky.
Yeah, definitely icky. For
Kind of
sure.
look at it like that Borderlands movie.
Well, if
Yeah.
I look at it like
Wait
that way,
till
then
the
I
dust
already
settles
hate it.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
already
get to
condemned.
see it.
Exactly. If I look at it the way I look at that movie, then it's condemned. It's been dead long ago.
I bet you it'll end up being my favorite movie of all time.
I will pity you and then force you to watch 3 hours of the Yellow Submarine.
Well, I guarantee you,
Agree.
Twitch is spending a lot of money to keep it. If anything, there's some other stories being created right now to keep that out of the headlines.
The main
Because
thing that I'm worried
Twitch
about
wants
is-
everybody,
Yeah,
from every
I think
age
Twitch
group
is-
and demographic on this platform to make as much money as possible.
Good.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna go have a drink and have a cigarette outside.
Sounds
Yes,
good.
Run
Thank
away.
you, Henry, for joining. Yeah, we're way over. It's time to close
Run.
this anyway.
touch grass.
Thank you so much for joining me, Henry. And
It's
joining
been my
us on the
pleasure,
podcast.
everybody. It's been I really think this is a really great group of people here,
Yeah.
and I think that we actually all bounce off each other really well. And I've really enjoyed talking to each individual one of you. I'm going to follow everybody and come see the show. if you're listening to this, if you're not Mayonnaise Chase, Ellipticus, Nemo, or Dubes, please don't come. I don't want to hear. And please, if you do come, please don't say that you heard about me here. Just don't. just lurk and But
Don't
everyone
open the box.
But
Don't
Nemo,
come.
Ellipticus, Dubes, and Mayonnaise, you already check it out. But please, you guys come. Please, I want to see you guys come all the time. And Dubes, by the way,
We're always coming.
Dubes, seriously, we got to get you on because you say you're licensed to operate a forklift.
Yeah.
All we do is
shit.
all we do is fork. All we do is fork. So
All you got to do is lift, bro.
Yeah, let's work it out. We'll do because I would love that. We could come up with like a really funny segment.
Sounds
Great.
All right, you
Great.
guys. Thank you for having me so much.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you.
And a pleasure, sir.
We'll have you
Good
back
night.
on sometime in the future.
Anytime, you guys.
Come back
Anytime.
every Thursday, 7 Central.
Anytime, you guys. We'll see you later.
Have a good
Have a
one.
good one.
Shout out for the windbag in chat. There's the link
Give a
right
shout
there.
out. Thank you. We are at 3 hours, guys. We've definitely went over time.
No
It's
wonder
been
I'm
fun.
fucking hungry.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you guys for hanging out so long. Thank you, chat, for hanging out. Dubes,
I'm
thank
already
you.
full.
Nemo, thank you. Eli, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you,
Anytime,
chat.
buddy. I enjoy this.
You,
We will-
Chase. Thank
We will
you.
be back again next Thursday, as always, as our 7 Central. Hopefully, Nightingale will be with us next week. He's been passing on me the past couple times. Hopefully, he gets everything freaking lined
Drag
out.
him in here kicking and screaming. Use chloroform. Let's
Definitely
go.
get Nightingale on soon.
Hey, does this picture smell like chloroform?
I'm reaching out, and I'm trying to reach out to more and more streamers too, like to get more and more people on. I just want more.
Hey, bro,
more
let me
people
know.
to
Does
be
this
on.
mask smell funny to you?
You're doing great, Chase. It's awesome to be a part of it. I like to see all this progression. It's awesome. I just love every moment of it. So thank you.
Yeah. Kiss your babies, hug your wives, and
Hide your kids. Hide your wives.
Kids, how'd you
pat your chats and all that good stuff. Streamers, we'll kiss you again next Thursday.
Say you.
I don't
love
have
me
any.
with
Who am I
love
going to
champ.
raid to? I don't have a raid. I haven't raid targeted nobody.
Let me see who we got real quick.
Give me a raid.
Probably got some crackheads online. La, la, la.
Some crackheads online.
I mean, you could always try and do Chibi Doki, but that's only if you
Ah.
really want to leave them with someone with goblin energy.
I don't raid into like super big streamers.
Valid. Give the indie some love.
I honestly like I don't even follow a lot of partnered Twitch streamers just because I don't know. It's more fun in chats that are more cozy and stuff.
I like the cozy. I like a good koozie. I like a cozy too. I like a cozy koozie. You know what I mean? I'm a fusey boy who likes his cozy koozie. You ever played Apex Legends, boy? Huh? You ever been on a moonlight walk on a swampy, foggy night, naked, drunk,
Yes, I have.
looking for your koozie because it was the coziest koozie you ever had, and you dropped it? You lost your only friend. Your beer's gone warm.
Red Solo Cup.
Rest in peace. I lift
Yeah.
you up. Proceed
not-
to party.
You're not just a cup. You're my
I don't have
Frick.
anybody.
lifelong.
We got Nerd Dad up there, but I rated into him last time.
Oh, did we? It was last time?
Well, he was on the podcast the last podcast.
Disposable. In 14 years, you are decomposable. And unlike my home, you are not composable.
I also
Ready back and kiss my ass.
Woo! Red
Red
Solo
Solo
Cup.
Cup.
I feel
Fill
you.
you up. Let's
Rose.
have
Sadly, like I enjoy VTubers, but like that's 90% of my recommendeds on.
Damn, you don't want to send them to another one of my kind.
Red Solo Cup.
I don't mind it. Like, here's the thing. Like with the nice, yeah, bring it out.
Yay!
Bust out the guitar. Play us off. Play us off.
So
We got Jack Patillo from
Oh,
Rooster Teeth fame.
That's it.
Ow.
It's too late.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Ooh, Dougie.
Yeah, and like I said to anybody that's guesting on it, if you guys ever feel like the need to dip out early or whatever, by all means, I'm not holding a gun to anybody's heads. Come in late, leave early. You know, I want it to be pretty open.
Oh, I got a Canadian you could raid.
Oh,
I'll put his name right here.
Oh damn! I didn't know there was owls in here.
woohoo!
Woo!
There you go. I put it in the chop there, Laddie. He's not doing anything super huge, big.
I'm a bloody one on
Fellow Canadian, pretty cool guy.
flops.
Oh, he's a Canadian boy.
He's a Canadian boy.
Hey there, laddie.
He puts on a pretty good show. There's a lot of work and effort that he puts into his stream, and you can tell right away. He's doing a lot of little technical stuff in the background to make his product the way it is. What he's doing, I like the guy.
He whips them bots into shape.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Everything got to be capitalized.
Pretty good.
Ready to work. Okay, we're gonna raid over to Atari Beer Pong. Thanks everybody for coming in. Check us out on YouTube at Mayonnaise Chase, on X at Mayonnaise Chase, and here on Mayonnaise Chase. Thanks. Follow. Give everybody else here a follow. If you haven't been. Ellipticus _ Dubes XX Dubes XX Nemo Mimi. Yeah. Do you guys have any other socials you want to shout out or anything?
No.
Nope. Oakley dokely. We'll see you all next Thursday.
Shout out for Dubes in chat.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the bat.
Where'd my raid thing go? There it goes.
Love you too, country boy.
She is awesome. I love our little group. This is fun.
Yeah, this is great. Like I said, Flutter was supposed to be on. I don't know what happened. Something may come up. I don't know.
Took a nap.
But yeah, it's totally fine. We'll catch him on next time.
Yes, sir. Next Thursday.
Next
Central.
Thursday.
Next Thursday, episode 30. Big 30.
Hey.
Hit that hag status, I guess.
Motherfucker.
All right. Oh, Nico just pops up.
Nico. Oh, you mean
Raid now? Now there it goes. There's the raid. I was waiting for the raid now thing to highlight. There we
Oh,
go.
I hear
Raid
Nico's voice. Raiding main East Cheese.
I gotta find. The raid thing. I need to get. I wish the Atari. I hate raids. I don't ever see the raid in.
I'm going to go stuff some food in my face.
Thank you, Nemo.
Pleasure having chats with you boys.
Hi, Nico.
Bye bye.
Bye, Nemo.
Yo, bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Merry Christmas.
In the stream, in the recording.